Hi, everyone, and welcome to Edge of Legend, episode 12. It's so great to see you back. I guess we're going to do a quick little round the table introduction. So please say who you are, what character you're playing, and your personal pronouns, starting with the man, Michael Powell.
Howdy, howdy. I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and my pronouns are he, him, and they.
Excellent, awesome, possum. And now please tell us all those same three things, Sidney.
Hi, I'm Sidney. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and I am she, her.
All right, and next up, Ian. Tell us those same three things.
Hey, my name's Ian. I play Woodwort, the gnome druid, and we all go by he, him, they, them.
Excellent. And Kylie, please do the same.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we go by she, her.
Very awesome. And I got a ring light, so deal with it. My name is PJ. I am the GM for this crazy little show, and my pronouns are he, him, but I play everything in between on the show, so we're gonna get right down to the action. Quick recap. Of course, episode 11 was an amazing Q&A, and thank you everyone that came out to the Q&A, asked some questions, talked with us. It was great just chilling with you guys, and we liked it so much we may do it every 10 or 20 episodes. We'll play it by ear. Why do we got to put a label on it? Can't we just have fun? But that being said, I also put up the final poll for the organization voting. So it was a tie last time between the Reckoners and the Cult of the Crystal Stag. And I have to be very careful to say that correct, or else I will get sued by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. So please.
Crystal Stag.
Crystal Stag. Every time, Crystal Stag. So if you get a chance, please go to our picks and vote on which one of the two that you would prefer, the Reckoners or the Cult of the Crystal Stag. And either one that works, I'm going to have to invent it and make it a thing in the world and probably talk about it at the table Tuesdays at 3:30. But that being said, quick little recap. So, beyond everything we just said. Last episode on Age of Legend. So, there was the rendezvous with Rufa and Master Cassius Dominus. And it was so close, you guys. It was so close. They were like, I think they got it by 1 point with the date, and they were able to impress Master Dominus enough to get him to talk with Magistra Bellina. And this is a very big deal because I have two opposing political ideologies. It's still roughly somewhere in the afternoon, night in Adelphon Prime. And while these two individuals are going to meet to discuss, there's also the 3 tasks that's been given to Chionibus from Felix Chance, the avatar of dumb luck from Kioma himself. And I believe everything else is just off to the madness. So without further ado, let's pick up exactly where we left off with Cassius Dominus and these heroes. So you stand before this man who seems frustrated but committed. Now, remind me, have you guys taken him yet? What? Did I say something?
Nothing. Frustrated yet committed, for some reason, just got me personally. I was like, I understand.
I think that's a mood we all have. Like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. All right. So remind me, have you taken him yet to actually meet Magistra Bellina?
No. We sure
No.
have.
He was leaving, if I remember right, with his secretary.
Assistant.
Okay. So he goes off with his assistant. You can kind of hear the conversation as they're leaving, and he just says, Secretary, if I'm going to meet her in the field of negotiations, I will need my diplomacy tunic. Please, if you could, run to my domicile and retrieve for me something I can argue in. This might be a long and very frustrating night. And the secretary just goes, "Oh, of course, sir. I'll get right on it. Bye." Skitters off. So the night is still kind of young. You're at the Olivatum. Which, by the way, is Roman for Olive Garden. By the way, you guys basically went on a date to the Olive Garden. I hope
I
you
was
like
really
it.
no. Somebody pointed it out in chat,
Did they?
and I didn't. Yes, somebody pointed out in chat that episode, and I didn't catch on to it. I was rewatching the episode, and somebody said, "Wait, are they at the Olive Garden?" And I don't know who it was, but they are amazing because it flew right over my head.
Anyone in the chat that got that was that person that asked if that was Olive Garden. I apologize, I didn't see you at the time. You get a free hero point. You get to use this as currency at your table. I don't care what they say. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly,
yeah.
if I knew, I would have been like, you know what? We're making endless pasta.
The endless bread bowl and
Yeah.
salad.
I don't know if I would go to an Olive Garden and order the steak.
I mean, you guys did a pretty good job. So what's the problem?
Oh no, the spinach puffs were 20s.
They were dope. Right. So the night is yours. It's probably about in our time, let's say 7:30, 8:30 at night. The sun has been down for about an hour or two, depending on what part of the world you're in. And Cassius Dominus is tucking himself in for a long night's argue. What do you do?
Ilona's gonna check in with Shionibus and say, what was the timeline of those 3 things you needed to do again?
By tomorrow's morning, they gotta be done, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we already know of the one, and you already asked Master Dominus if he'd be willing to help you out with that. He clearly was very resistant.
It was a joke. I wasn't going to take a ring finger from someone who's a part of the stupid Senate. So, my thought. Side note, has anyone seen Zashmaru?
The last time we saw him was a few hours ago before we came here.
Okay, well, if we could just find him before the morning, that'd be great. Anyway, so I need to deface a holy site, and Master Dominus is going to help me get in contact with the Ice Queen, right?
You need to do what?
Get in contact with the Ice Queen.
No, before that.
Talk to Master Dominus about getting into contact
in
with the Ice Queen.
In the middle.
Oh,
Where's Zashmaru?
No. After that.
Morel kind of taps Jonibus on the shoulder and leans in, and he says, I believe she's referring to when you said...
I know what she's referring to.
I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes it's hard for me to read people, so I want to make sure. Sorry.
I need to deface a holy site.
Okay.
So you can take care of that, right?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I was the one walking into a casino and temple making deals and stealing things from gods. No. I do not do that.
What can I say? It was a slow day.
How about this? One, whose temple is it?
It was Shoma's.
Well, okay. So that means that they picked a god that they don't necessarily get along with? Who did they pick to destroy?
They said I could really just pick anyone.
Oh, I see. Can you pick theirs?
I wouldn't recommend it. Given that I'm already deep enough with him, I don't want to upset them even more.
Yeah, that
But
would
if
be...
you have another idea, please let me know.
No, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of how we can get away with it without actually doing it, because angering a different god doesn't solve your problem and is just highly disrespectful.
Wouldn't be the first time I angered a god. So what do you have to lose? Are you that scared of a god? Come on.
I don't know if scared is the right word. I think I am wary of being disrespectful to someone's culture and religion that isn't mine.
All right, well, we either do this task or I could be dead by the morning.
When they said deface, did they give you examples of what that meant?
No, he just said deface or profane. I see the wheels turning. It's really making me worried. I'm not going to lie.
I promise it's not a bad thing. I'm thinking that defacing or something of the sort could be perhaps adorning with a certain item that mayhaps that god doesn't necessarily enjoy, but is not overtly offensive to anyone else. Perhaps if we chose a war god and put flowers on their doorstep instead of whatever else they like. Could that count?
See, you and I totally went different directions on that one. I don't see why it won't.
What were you thinking?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay.
Great.
How many more are you going to make of these? And I think Woodward just comes out of the back of the kitchen with spinach puffs in like his hat from whatever's left in the back of the kitchen. Wait, are you all talking about the things that Shionibus has to get done? Because I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with the rest of that list. I was already drew the line at a finger, and I don't know what else is left, and I've heard there's 3 things we got to do.
Well, they're all not great, but we're trying to find loopholes.
Loopholes? Okay, I'm curious about the loopholes that have to deal with a finger. Specifically.
I have a plan for that. Don't even worry. I got this.
Did I hear you guys talking about the gods? Like gods just making them mad?
Yeah. Do you not make gods mad? It's like my Tuesdays.
I haven't done it recently, no. I can't. No, but can't say I've done it ever, to be honest. As long as I know. I don't talk to them much, so I don't really know if they're mad at me. They don't talk to me either, so that means they could be. Anyway, maybe we start with one of those simpler things before we just skip on down the road to that finger deal.
I don't know if really any of them are simpler, but okay, if you say so.
So what's the first god we're making angry?
Anyone you want?
Michael, what's up? Oh, you're muted. Michael, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Woodward, my friend. You hear a voice from the kitchen. Where did those spinach puffs go?
Woodward immediately lets go of his hat and kicks it towards Mush. I don't know.
Mush immediately grabs it and starts hiding it like under their fluff and mass. Just completely just going along with it.
I'm sure, based off of how good your friend reacted to him, I'm sure that there may be more in the future.
You see Rufa just kind of strolling out from the kitchen with a towel in his hands. It's pretty much just cleaning up, just leaving. If you worked in the kitchen, You want to leave the kitchen in the same state it's been when you first arrived. So, what are we talking about? What's the problem now?
Shonibus wants to make the gods mad.
Why?
I'm
Just
not
throw me
sure,
under the
but
bus, why don't you?
I'm not sure, but she's got just as good as reason as she needs someone's finger. So let's hear it.
I didn't say I wanted to make them mad. It just said it's not my first time making them mad.
Rufa,
Oh,
you'd be perfect for this. You can use your legalese to figure out if by defaming one god's statue with something that's actually very nice and palatable is actually considered defaming and would follow under the contract that she fell into.
I would actually argue, because this is the law of the gods and not the law of the land, that this would be a religion check.
Oh, I got it.
defacing. You mean we steal the faces of the statue?
That's what I thought.
Note to self, invent a faceless god. All right.
That's a 22.
22.
I mean,
So much like you are bound by your dogma and anathema, like the things that you are to have as revered as holy, and things that are, counterintuitive to your religious zeal. That is also a reflection of the codes and domains and desires of the gods that the humans are trying to emulate through their actions and oaths. So you can kind of guess that whatever would be an anathema or a do not do religiously would be applicable culturally to the effigies of these gods. Say, for example, as a worshiper of Aphra, you have to give everyone a second chance. You have to help those in need. That's a part of your thing. So you could say, if you want to go with the God of War route, there could be some anathema you can present onto the statue, onto the image of Kolga, that would, in some aspect, deface or profane the statue because it's anathema to Kolga's entire shtick. So just go with Koga because that's a big one. And I'm trying to hit that H because it's like it's Cogadh, Koga, and I'm trying to hit it. Ugh. I'm probably even saying that wrong. Who knows?
Rufa looks over at Chonibus and taps his chin. Contract, you say? Can you elaborate?
Don't even try. I know what you're going to do. This is not that kind of contract.
Not gonna lie, I would love to see you try to out legalese a demigod, but especially one of luck and fate.
Actually, I have some ideas. I have some, like, out of character. I got some ideas already.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
But if you want to make a fool of yourself and try, by all means, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Well, I say perhaps. I got an idea. Which god is this that you find yourself in this trouble with?
His name's Felix Chance.
And he said to deface or profane something holy?
A holy site, yes.
Well, did he necessarily say how it must be done?
Nope. He just said it needs to be done by the morning, and I'm afraid of what's going to happen if it's not.
Why not we maybe paint some graffiti and say, and blame, this, what is it? Felix Chance was here. It pins the blame on Felix Chance, and it is,
Win.
Morel kind of chuckles and he says, Afra's flower, that is diabolical, mate.
Now hold on. Couldn't we claim that maybe some of the gods have already been defiled here, or their statues?
Perhaps.
What's his name? Morel again kind of shakes his head and he goes, no, generally speaking, in order to even have a statue appear in the god's likeness, that land has to therefore be consecrated to the god. It's like a temple. That's why praying to them actually has any power, because by extension of that statue, the god is present to a small, tiny degree.
Yeah, but what if they never asked to be here?
I mean, if you're hitting for recruiting, do you care where you recruit from?
I say if this Felix Chance fellow is to blame, we put the blame on his doorstep.
That could be an option.
It is his idea.
So I will leave that up to you. I am going to also do another thing to make sure that doesn't backfire on me, because I'm the one who's going to get hurt.
Wait, must it be done by you? Or if we do something, I mean, does that count?
He didn't say, but just in case, I'll do like the finishing touches to say that I still did it.
Right,
So
you can be the
it
last
still
person to
counts.
take the guy's finger. That's all on you. We're good
Exactly.
with that. I think the rest of us are just going to
Exactly.
sit on the sidelines.
I'll take the whole guy's finger from start to finish. It's gonna be good. I think I got the finger thing taken care of, I think.
Friend Morel, is there a 24-hour pink shop anywhere near here?
I don't bloody know. We should ask the dog man. I'm sure he would understand that better than me.
Like a depot of tools or
Oh, and I understand. A depot where by chance you keep things for home maintenance in.
Exactly.
Yes. Regrettably, again, mates, I don't know very well. But what we could do is just use, I don't know, do you have like any grease or pitch or oil, anything that's kind of heavy, minerally based? You could probably just...
I think I saw a bucket of pig's blood in the kitchen, perhaps.
If you want to get old school, then absolutely, mate. I mean, I'm not really a fan of it after my time in Ore, but I'm not the painter, I'm not the brush.
I mean,
so do
pig's
you.
blood, if you make into a pudding or a sausage, very tasty.
Hey, look, during my terms of service, we understood that if it drank or ate blood, it was dead on sight. So, and the Ocean people, they agreed. It was one of the few things the Acadians, the Oceans agreed upon. If it eats or drinks blood, it's gotta go.
Okay.
I feel like that knocks out a lot of people's local cuisine. I don't. I feel like we're going down a dangerous road here. We start with fingers, and now we're talking about what people can and cannot eat. I don't know how comfortable I feel about this, guys. I think Woodward just starts breathing in it. I just starts going down his panic attack route again.
Ooh, okay. Well, how about we put some of these plans into actions? So here are the two options for the god thing. One, we take a god that we know doesn't like a thing, and we put it on there. Yeah. Or we perhaps maybe make Kioma matter. Whichever one you want, Shionibus, this is your bag.
Or we can actually take a face of a statue.
I say we leave the blame to this Chance fellow and profane in his name. Leave it at his doorstep.
But how do you expect to do that, though?
Oh, we just take some paint or pig's blood and paint. Felix Chance was here across some temple or something.
Morel just kind of nods like, that's a plan. And it is the only plan I've heard so far, with execution beginning, middle, and end. What do you all think?
Yeah, it's the best thing that we got, so might as well.
As long as we try and make it pretty. Like it's an addition.
Well, if you want, we can leave the arts and crafts to you.
I didn't say that. It's okay. It's fine. I'll just look from over here. Just look. Or not look. I'll just be over there with my back turned.
So you'll
Alright.
turn around so you can have deniability. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, Rufus said this one. Plausible deniability. That's what she's going for. Rufus said it once.
Exactly. Just turn around and stare at the wall when we do the thing.
Okay. I'm gonna pray too. I'll just be in the corner.
Yeah, we'll definitely need some prayers after this.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, so that's one.
All right.
What's the
What are we
other
gonna do
one?
about the Ice Queen?
Okay,
You talk to
that-
the Ice Queen.
starting a conversation can't be that hard compared to the rest of what we got. So I feel like we just got to find her. This is the one I'm on
Okay.
board with so far.
I don't know if I am. That's for sure.
Well, our friend, the Senator Dominus, is supposed to make introductions for us.
Is he doing that tonight?
Out of character, PJ, is he? Is he doing that tonight?
So no, it's fine. It's fine. I think I mentioned this episode 10. If not, I will refresh this. Master Dominus. Actually, you know what? Let's make you earn it. We haven't gotten too many rolls yet tonight. I want all of you to make a intelligence check. Just a D20 plus your first nat 20 of the night.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, it's okay.
I got a
Anyway.
5.
First 5 of the night. Pew pew.
Just
15.
did you say intelligence or anything else?
Yeah, just intelligence. Yeah, intelligence and D20. That's about it for now.
Okay, I got 14.
Awesome. So you guys remember the hazier details, like he mentioned something about a vote and about this and about that. And how he had to basically put all his groundwork in tonight so they could do something tomorrow. You don't really remember what. Elona does remember that Master Dominus was saying that in order to actually, during a time of break or during a time of, I'm trying to think of the big word for when you recess or holiday, the only way that you can go back to the Senate floor with anything is with a multiple senator vote to back up. So basically, like, I'm going to present this to the Senate. Multiple senators are going to join me in this, and that will force all of the local Senate to meet and discuss this topic. The senior head of the Senate, in that she has seniority, not that she has more power, is, of course, the Ice Queen. And that for her to follow through with the motion of opening Senate will require at least a 2-senator approval to begin the conversation. So Master Dominus was saying that if he and Magistrate Bellina could actually agree on something, they can present an argument to the Ice Queen to open up Senate by tomorrow to immediately vote and move against the oncoming orcs, or at least discuss the imminent threat on 5 sides of the oncoming orcs.
Just to clarify, and that's when I spoke up, or Shiona spoke up and was like, I can get her out sooner.
Yes, I believe you said you have a plan to talk to her to get her out sooner. Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, so Cassius Dominus is currently negotiating with Magistrate Bellina so that they can present a 2-Senate vote and therefore force an early meeting of Senate to discuss this issue. For all you know, the Ice Queen is somewhere in town just chilling, pardon the pun.
And do we know the Ice Queen's actual name if we have to try to find her? Or have we just known her as the Ice Queen?
Everyone refers to her as the Ice Queen. I want to say at one point in time, someone said her name.
Someone did.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so everyone else give me another intelligence check and I will tell you her name.
Big money. Let's get another 5.
Dirty 20.
17.
Dirty 20. What was that, Michael?
17.
Nice.
22.
Not bad.
I got a 4.
All right, gets worse and worse. Okay, so for those under 20, you do know that she has different nicknames. She goes by the Ice Queen. She's also known as the White Mane or the White Mantle. Her title, Ilona remembers is Bowen Rionag, and that is spelled Bowhynn. I'm probably not saying this in its proper dialect, but I'm sorry. And her last name Rionag is Rionnnag. Bowen Rionag.
Cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rufa turns over to Woodward. Friend Woodward, would you and your dogs know perhaps where this Ice Queen chills out during when she's not in the Senate?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I haven't been in contact with the Big Brother Hooch Hound recently. So if we go find him, and I think Shionibus wanted to find him too, we go find him and maybe get those answers that you need.
When in doubt, I'm sure Felix knows where she is. I don't really want to go back there, but at this point, it seems like no matter what, I don't have a choice. So.
Well, perhaps we should just, as they say, knock them down one by one, and let's. Perhaps the first task is the easiest, the temple thing.
So let me just ask this out of character. How many people want to go watch? And by this I mean the players. How many people want to join Rufa for defacing a statue in the Holy Mile or the Righteous Mile? So that's a Shionibus. Shionibus is there. Okay.
You know what? Woodward will go.
Okay.
I don't know where else he'd be.
Woodward's gonna go. Ilona, where do you want to go to the Righteous Mile and watch the statue get defaced with pig's blood?
Peer pressure.
There's other things you can do.
You know you want to.
Putting this out there.
Else left.
You can just put this out there.
You're on the zone.
You can go to the negotiations between Magistra Bellina and Dominus. You can try to find the Ice Queen, Bowen. You can gamble. You can drink some more. You can go to the bounty board and take a job at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Ilona decides to just take it straight to Felix Chance, and she's like, "Hey, stop it! Stop being mean to other gods. It's not fair."
I feel like if Ilona starts, like, if she gets into like one or two more drinks, she may be able to get all 3 tasks done before Shionibus realizes it.
Before I get out the door.
Just
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ilona wakes up covered in glitter and blood. What happened? And there's Shionibus going, "You are very resourceful." What?
I'm gonna keep you around.
Really quick. So, do you think do you think we should actually help with the negotiations, guys?
Well, here's the thing: is I'd like to put Woodward in every single situation I can. Do I think he will help with the negotiations? Absolutely not. Do I want to be there? Yup. So I will follow whatever the group ends up doing. I'll run in any direction you guys want to.
I don't want to split up the party for any major events like that everyone wants to be a part of.
Yeah.
So
Should we do the temple thing and then do the negotiations?
I think that's the initial thought.
All right.
Let's go deface a temple.
Yeah.
So all right. I'm going to skip ahead, and I'm going to say that you went back to the Olive Garden. You got a bunch of pig's blood and some other things, and now after about maybe 15, 30 minutes of walking and doing all this, you are now standing at the Righteous Mile. So which god have we picked, by the way? Because there's a lot of them.
You mentioned something about
Azamat?
So, yeah.
You mean the big
That
one?
one. I don't know.
Too
You
bad we
mean-
can't.
The one that most of the people revere, the highest, because he's sort of in the pantheon of gods. He's like the big cheese, the one that sort of maybe was the cause of the entire war between the gods. You know, the big
Spinach puff.
Okay, yeah.
You know far more about gods than I do. So if you say that is him, I am sure that is him.
Why can't we just deface Choma's own temple? And just
Morel-
put Felix Chance was here there.
Morel kind of speaks up and he's like, I think it's kind of bad form to deface the temple of the man you're currently trying to get in good straits with by doing these tasks. Plus, of course, Felix Chance is there. He bloody lives there. So
Well,
I mean, it's true,
you.
and then technically they did not specify. There was no specifications.
I
Hold
don't
on.
need to be getting into more debt than I already am.
Who
This
is
isn't on you. This is on me.
Who's that god of law? The one who likes grass.
Iodex.
Iodex?
Yeah, couldn't we just set something crooked on his altar and walk away?
Yes. Technically.
Like that
God of
can't be
cream
that
puffs or
bad, right?
something.
Like
Give
someone
me,
else will fix it, but it doesn't mean we didn't do it.
give me a religion check.
Oh, me?
Well, you and Alona, because you both were there talking about this, and she had a reaction.
Oh, hey, I may actually be decent at this.
I got an 18.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is there a god of cream puffs, or buns? Is there a god of buns?
Oh,
There should be.
I got a 7, but my dice roll was a 3. I'm working my way down, guys. I'm just working. I've gotten a 5, a 4, and a 3 so far.
We're gonna have to make a god of buns now. I think about it. All right, so you got a 7. Alona, what was your roll?
18.
18. So you know that Iodex is the god of law and judgment and wisdom, and the wisdom to decipher and keep the judgment of the laws. Iodex is according to the Astrogenicon, massive stifler for the rules. Massive. So much so that during the War of the Seven Glories, his then lover and boyfriend, Kioma, saved him from a deal he made that was supposed to kill Iodex. And Iodex broke up with Kioma because he said, I cannot be immune to my own laws and promises. By saving me, you have shown me I cannot trust you with anything, especially who I am. And on that day, in a war, these two lovers of law and chaos broke up. They still remain very good mutual friends, but it's that tragic thing of like just two people not working out. So Iodex is such a massive stickler for the law that one could argue any sort of inane, banal, slight twisting of something about the orderly nature of his statue might indeed be considered a defacing or a profanity of his statue.
Okay, guys.
Easy.
I think if we do this in a tasteful manner, and we just move one thing, one single blade of grass on their statue, because don't forget he loves lawns, one single blade of grass on his statue, it will count as defacing and also put Shionibus in good graces with Felix Chance, probably because it's Iodex.
But it's also easy to fix.
Yes, easy to fix, and it could have been done by anybody. It could have been a harmless mistake. You know? Someone could just...
I want us to try to remain neutral in this thing as much as possible. Walk up, get it done, leave. Someone fixes it 5 minutes later. Not a problem.
Kylie, yes.
Is the statue of this god even here? Is it like all the gods? I just want
Really?
to double check before we're just planning something.
No. Good question. So Iodex does have his own temple in this town. It is one part temple, one part university of things both considered to being a lawyer, being a politician, learning the law, just learning in general. I believe he also shares his temple with Leifer and Falkland, the brother-sister duo of knowing and reading. So they share a lot in this place. However, the Righteous Mile is home to a ton of gods. It's pretty safe to say Abelfon loves them some Iodex. You could probably find him here pretty easily. If not, you can always deface Azamat, the king of the gods, because surely that won't end well. Or, that won't be bad.
Rufus holds up his little pail of blood, so we won't need the blood then.
You can use it to make blood cubes for soup.
Fair enough.
That is the creepiest thing I've ever heard you say.
It is. Is it a delicacy in some places?
I do.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, so what does this statue/shrine look like, and what could we possibly put out of place?
Sure. Give me a quick perception check to search as you were looking around a city mile of Holy Land.
Everybody or
everyone, right?
Everyone, yeah.
Please.
Absolutely.
Please.
What is it?
Bad. Perception.
Ooh, 14.
Okay.
20. Dirty 20.
What'd you get, Ian?
I got
I
a
get-
12. Oh.
12, yeah. Ian?
I got a 9. Die face of
Hey.
2.
Okay.
Ooh.
I am working my highest roll this evening has been 5, followed by a 4, a 3, and a 2.
So the good thing is that we're learning that Ian has really good stat bonuses.
And what I'm hoping is if I hit the 1, I'll just start back up at a 20 and then work my way back down for the rest of the.
Get that.
We're
you
just
get
going to put that one in
cumulus luck.
dice jail.
Yeah.
So let's see. Ilona, you got the 12. You, as you're walking around, you happen to see a statue of what looks to be half man, half lion wearing armor. And he's holding high above him as if one would hold a crown before a king, but he's holding a heart that is on fire. And the half man, half lion holding his heart up, you recognize as Adaraya, the lion god of love. Key consort and valet and best friend to Azamat, king of all the gods, his constant emotional consort. The one that in the book is constantly being quoted as crying for his loved ones. Let's see here. Shionibis, you see Minerva. Minerva was the first ascended human being that became a goddess. She died after giving her oath to a people of an ancient land during the War of the Looking Glass. And some of the history there is pretty kind of hazy, but the bottom line was demons were everywhere. And for about 20 days, she kept her promise and fought to the death and eventually died in battle, giving her honor, giving her word, and the gods lifted her up as the first ascended human. She's the god of paladins and all that fancy stuff. Ian, you find Nadir, this nature goddess everyone keeps talking about, and you like, and it's what's great about it is that it looks completely untouched. No one has tried to maintain it. It is overgrown with moss and foliage. You can see kind of spoiled fruit and veggies left there to just rot and turn into the moss and into the green. And she is there standing with a deer on one side and a rabbit in her hand, and she has these giant antlers coming out of her head. And last but not least, Rufa. You see, standing tall is what looks like a very angry man. He's got this very long beard, and his eyes are connected by basically these weights. He, in his hand, has an open book, and there's a torch in the book that's burning. He's wearing long robes. He's got a nice patch of even grass, a whole bunch of even things all over, placed hyper meticulously, and a bunch of like legal documents sealed to the statue with like holy wax. This is clearly Iodex's gigantic statue.
Friends, I believe we have found the statue.
Does
So
anyone-
what shall we do? Shall we just walk on the glass and call it a day?
Does anyone have any questions?
Sure.
Shall we just walk on the glass and call it a day?
Does anyone have any questions?
Sure.
Does anyone have any questions?
I think Woodwort just kind of continues down after seeing the place that his eye is drawn to. This goddess he has just seen for the first time in an actual effigy, and just kind of makes his way down the mile. He doesn't really care about what's going on there anymore.
Oh. Okay. I can't do any nature magic. That's okay. Does anyone have any scissors?
Well,
I mean, I have a
Rufa,
dagger, but
Okay, dagger. Rufa.
I have dagger as well.
Okay. I need you guys to hack up this lawn.
done and done.
All right.
Just not just step in it. Walk on the grass.
I feel like that's not as bad. It'll just spring back up.
What would not Ildex consider that defacing? As he says it with air quotes.
Is there a sign around the lawn that says "Don't walk on the lawn"?
There is a sign in the Adolfon language and common, and it does say stepping on this grass is prohibited by law.
Awesome.
Rufa looks over
I'm
at
going to cover up the sign.
Your foot.
I'm covering up the sign that says, and it just says stepping on grass. Boom. I'm not seeing anything other than that, so let's just do it.
Alona's gonna turn and follow Woodwort. She's like, "Okay, bye."
So really fast, Rufa and Shionibus, on a scale of bad dancing to Lord of the
Stomp.
Cry of the Celts. How are you tap dancing on this pageant mess?
Rufa maybe steps on, you know where the corner with the street and then the grass. He puts a toe and steps. Done. All right, let's go.
Now my question is, Shionibus, do you do any Michael Flatley improv?
Is there a rope that keeps you off the grass?
There is a
Even
sign.
better.
That is all the legal warning you're supposed to have.
Cool. I'm going to take one solid step in, so then my feet are together, turn around, and then step off.
Yep, and then
Okay.
we go follow Woodward and Alona.
Yep.
Okay, quick check as
Oh no.
We didn't see if there was anyone nearby.
Okay, actually, really quick, can I? I was wondering, when I step in the grass, can I try it with thievery or stealth? Like a
No.
stealth step.
Oh, that would have been
No.
so smart.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna stealth from the grass? No.
Yes.
I love the fact that no one looked around. That this entire conversation, there could have been someone on a pew right in front of the grass. We're all standing in front of him going, "So are we going to do this? Step on the
Can I
grass,
look
right?"
around real fast?
I'll say this.
After all this, can I look around real fast?
You can look around now that you've tap danced on his lawn. Yeah, go right ahead. Give me a perception check.
Oh, man.
Oh, technically, we didn't really tap dance. We one step, and my step was just the toe on the grass.
Guys.
That's 13.
Okay. Quick little bit of homebrew headcanon. I kind of imagine Iodex looks like if Clint Eastwood had a wizard beard and a book of fire and some sort of scale tattoo on his face. So
Oh
Clint
my
Eastwood.
god.
I'm asking for fan art now.
Please tell
Yes,
me I
now.
see this person.
No, you see. Okay, so with the 13, you're step on the grass. You walk away, and you hear the strange disembodied voice, and this voice says, "All right, that'll show him."
I'm going to look up at the sky and be like, what?
The voice does not say this. I kind of want him to say, "Oh, sure, no, book. Absolutely. I'll go squares 100. Let's do it. No, he doesn't say that. So you go, what, to the sky? And the voice comes from behind you and he says, no, I just think that's absolutely brilliant that you're stepping on his grass like that. That's all. Although, I don't believe they agree, though. And then you look from this instinct, like this shock in the back of your head, and your head whips around, and you see, very offended, 2 law students with their books out doing study notes by the fire of Iodex's ever-righteous judgment, and they're like,
I'm going to do the same thing to them.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh! So you're like, knuck if you buck, and the students look at you and go, that's punishable by, like, holy ground, not obeying a sign, after hours, that's like 5 infractions of the laws of Battlefront. And they get up and they start running. They drop their books and they're running away.
As they're running, I want to yell, Proofer yells after them, Felix Chance, tell him that Felix Chance did this.
So one moment, yes, you could definitely shout that. Shonibus, what was your thing?
Are they running through like a doorway? Like towards a doorway?
The whole Righteous Mile is an open-air mile of Holy Land and prayer area. They're literally running in a straight line down a pew, if you will. Just open air.
That's right. Never mind then.
Okay. So, Rufa, give me I guess a diplomacy check? No. Give me a deception check. You're lying your ass off. Give me a deception check. What am I doing? Diplomacy.
I mean, they're at the same bonus for both of them, really.
Yes.
24.
24. So as they're running away, and you shout, Felix Chance did this.
This was the Felix Chance game.
the students, you can hear them, like, as they're hiking up their robes and running, you can hear them shout like, oh, I knew that chaotic bastard would do this. He's jealous. Well, have you read the Astrogenicon? Of course I read the Astrogenicon. And they're running off.
I remember those days when caring about gods and stuff. Good times. All right, on to the next one.
Shonibus. So, exit stage left.
Before we do that, I'm really curious what happened to Ilona and Woodward. Were you guys at the statue of Nadir?
I think so.
Yeah. I think Woodward is honestly kind of finds a little bit of a happy place. He's not really seen a lot of things that he kind of agrees with. Not in the fact of what the party's doing. That's a whole nother matter. Set that one off right over here. But the rest of the city, high walls, buildings with multiple floors, completely unnatural, bricks, rocks don't come square. Whole thing's wrong. So when he walks over to this, I think he's kind of like he was looking for the lawn. Ooh, wow. Callback to episode 1. Looking for the lawn to sit down and enjoy lunch on. I think he's trying to make a mental note for the first time of where something actually is in the city.
Besides the bun shop?
Yeah, besides the bun shop. So, second time.
So you're having this, I guess, moment of
I don't want to make it to a thing where he automatically understands like this is a goddess of, or I should say androgynous god of
goddess.
Right, okay.
Goddess.
Of understanding of nature. I don't think he's that far forward thinking in this. I think he just kind of sees something that he finally fits in with.
And Ilona, what are you doing while Woodward is having this kind of peaceful home moment?
Panic on the inside. She is going to take in the beauty of Nadir's shrine, and then sort of remember seeing her in the vision from when she tried to heal Larian Voss's axe Halfson.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of looks around and looks at the statue of Nadir and is like, yeah, we kind of fell off that one, didn't we? We should get back to that at some point. And she's going to get in. In my head, there's like a general prayer position. Like you've Afra's like these are supposed to represent the tendrils of the passion flower, and then you have the whatever other general prayer pose that people have for revering gods. She's going to get in the general prayer pose and just sort of pay her respects and try to keep from her mind the fact that there's some defacing going on.
There are two, I'll say this canonically, there are two general
At the wall.
all-purpose prayer positions that you can strike that are seen as respectful, reverent, if not even downright pious to any god in the Astrogenicon, which can be a problem because the devils are technically gods. So it is two positions of submission. The first one is on your knees, head on the ground, hands on the ground, facing the statue, effigy, holy site, whatever, on all fours from the floor. That is how Morel prays for a lot of reasons. Now, the second thing is it is hands above the eyes, not right here, but it's hands lifted above this general location around the head, and you're praying like this. This is, again, designed to tell the gods that you are open to their words, that you are also giving to them. You are supplicating yourself to them. So those are the two general prayers that across the board is usually very accepted. You do note that Morel is not praying. He's doing Overwatch, and he looks very, very twitchy.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
No,
Sidney,
you go.
please.
You go.
Nope. Go for it.
Okay. I'm going to go up to Morel and say, can you see what they've done from here?
Hold on.
What do you see with your Morellish eyes?
With your special eyes.
I see redemption. All right. So
That one.
no, actually, Dieface wasn't bad. He kind of looks down the way a bit. You can see his kind of golden eyes, the purple flower petals in them, kind of like squinting in the night, and he's like, I see what looks like. Apparently, Shionibus is a very good dancer, and she stands very, very well on grass. That's what I can see. Very lithe. She's just stepping on the grass.
Gotcha. Okay. Well. Cool. I don't want to freak out in person. She's gonna go back to. She's just gonna go back to like fervently playing, kind of like rocking back and forth and going like, "Hey, Nadir, I don't really talk to you that much. Remember the time you showed me yourself in a vision? Yeah, that was really cool. I really appreciated that. I really like that you actually showed yourself to me. It made me feel very special, and I hope that one day I can help you out because Woodward seems like you. Maybe he'll become a disciple." And just like go.
So you hear two things, both Woodward and Ilona. Michael, can you hold on for just a second?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hear two things. Ilona, you hear kind of this voice, this presence saying, yes, I saw you when my husband was reaching out to you through Halfson. I'm always with him. He's always with me. It was great to see you. Now, Woodward, you hear a voice, and the voice says to you, I am so sorry they ever forced you to choose. My domain is both the green and the red. And I hope that maybe if I continue to watch how you step in the green and how you care for the red like you do with Mush, maybe I can reach beyond my verdant veil and find myself a new hope.
Wow. I think Woodward kind of stands there for a second, and he's kind of taken aback by all of this. I'm not entirely sure if a god has spoken to him. He didn't know it up until this point right now. I would like to think that halfway through is Nadir put up on like some sort of pedestal? Is there like a dais of this garden with trees and such in the statue, correct?
Yeah, there was. There is a dais, but it was made in Adolfon's way, which is very like a stone marble column, but it has since become overrun by moss and grass.
All right. I think halfway through this conversation, probably when the voice originally reached out, I think Woodward is probably trying to lift Mush onto it because it's the first patch of grass he's seen in a while. So he's like trying to like shove probably the same size as he is, this badger onto the top of this, or at least they weigh the same. And I think he gets scared and ends up shoving like Mush onto it pretty abruptly and kind of looks around. And he takes some of the mushrooms off the back of his pack that he keeps growing on the top of his bag that he tries to keep green all the time. And he puts some of them down and he's not quite sure what to make of it. And turning around, he looks to Ilona and says, "Well, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go?"
Ilona's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah." She's gonna get out of this prayer position. She's gonna be like, "Thank you, please." And follow Woodward out. It's been a fair.
I think Woodward, as he walks away from the dice, is like, "Come on, Mush, come on." Oh, okay, fine. And he like helps him down from the edge of the thing because he won't jump. And he says, "No, I agree. If we got to spend another night here, this is where we're coming. I get it. No, I get it. Come on, we'll just deal with the streets for a little longer." And he just kind of walks off with him.
Mush kind of makes this forlorn like. So as Mush kind of gets off the pedestal, his nose kind of cloying the air in curiosity, Morel suddenly, his golden purple eyes go wide and he goes, status updates. We need to go right now. And suddenly you hear this voice going, "Of course I've read the Astrogenicon!" As you see these two college students running by, and Morel goes, "No, we need to evacuate. Abort mission. No mission successful. Debriefing. We have to go. No."
Amazing. Incredible. Michael?
Yeah. Rufa doesn't say this, but I really want to just, I kind of want him to just yell out, "Hey, Ilona, Woodward, we're done defacing the temple."
Do you make yourself shout that?
No, I said he doesn't, but I want to.
Okay.
I want to.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So, cue the Benny Hill, because I'm going to assume you're running the hell out of there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bolting.
Briskly walking.
I mean, we also did yell that Felix Chance did it.
Yeah. Felix Chance is now taking the blame for this defacing of Iodex's statue. So, yeah, you are able to get away with the first one. Give me a stealth check, everyone.
You know the great thing about Felix Chances? Even if they're like, "Oh yeah, he definitely did it," he's enough dumb luck. He'll get out of it.
I just realized something. Felix Chance is basically Bart Simpson.
He's Bartman.
Oh my.
So,
what was this check again?
It was a stealth check. So, Rufa, what was that stealth check?
18.
Pardon me. Ian, what was that stealth check?
16.
16. Kylie, what is that stealth check?
21.
21. Now, Sidney, I'm excited. What is that stealth check?
Oh, I rolled a 2. But my stealth is at a -1.
Okay. So we're getting what we have here is one the dirty way. Okay.
Dirty one. I like it.
A
Don't hear that very often.
One.
Dirty one.
A dirty one.
Really quick, guys. Should we run or should we just try to be casually walking away? Be cool.
Are we looking to head back past Nadir, the the goddess are they coming back past us where we are, or are we heading to them?
So let me tell you. So yeah, just because the way it is, it's literally one straight mile, right? So they are further beyond you. So they're going to have to get back to you guys to leave the open air super church. And the way I'm saying it is this: the three of you walk out like Boondock Saints, Reservoir Dogs. Like you're cool, baby. You're ice cold.
Cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ilona is trying to be very stealthy and is inadvertently making a very obvious scene that something is not okay.
Don't mind me! Don't mind me here! I didn't just become an accomplice in a crime against a god! I didn't do anything!
Is somebody running at us? Like, are we...
Hold on. I'm going to make a DM roll.
Oh no.
So my usual DM roll is odds good, evens bad, and I let my creativity go from there. So odds good, evens bad. The even number is 6, which means something bad happens. So as you're running away, well, being cool, suddenly a town guard runs up to Ilona and goes, "What's wrong? You look hysterical. You look perturbed. Are you okay? Are you all right, ma'am? What is wrong? Is it the church? We just saw 2 people leaving before you, screaming about defacing something. Are you okay?"
Ilona starts crying.
Rufa's first. I saw the hand raised and he's very excited. Rufa.
Yes, I want to go over to Ilona and I want to try to do a deception or either a deception or diplomacy roll and just basically go, "Oh, don't worry, this is my sister. She's having a panic attack. She gets this way when she doesn't have a dinner."
All right, give me a deception.
Regardless, Ilona is still crying.
I like that. I like that we've redefined hangry.
Chonobus. Have Chonobus aid in this.
I'm gonna give aid. All
right, roll deception as well.
I think Woodward's eyes are probably glancing back at the statue of Nadir, realizing that he can hide better in there than anywhere else in the rest of the city.
Yeah, the guards come in and it's like, "Oh, did you put this lawn gnome in front of the statue?"
Exactly.
I don't regulate these things,
Done.
mate. I just make sure. So, Kylie, what was your roll to aid?
22.
Ooh, dope. Okay. And Rufa, add a +1. What was your deception?
23.
Hey!
So you both are explaining this is your friend / your sister / compatriot. When she doesn't have food, her blood sugar goes crazy, and she has all these issues when that happens. And and the guard goes, "Oh, yeah. My cousin has that. Yeah, we should call it the starving fits. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry, mate." He looks to Ilona and he goes, "You're gonna be all right, miss. Go get a biscuit. You're gonna be fine."
We're taking her to get some buns.
No, mate, she needs protein. Give her like stew and a biscuit. The sugar is just gonna make her crash an hour later.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh,
We're kind of just basically shuffling her along. We're like, "All right, everybody looks cool. Look cool. Everybody
also,
be calm.
for anyone who's ever had a panic attack, everything that just happened was the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone is actually having a panic attack.
Yup.
Yeah.
Calling them crazy, yelling at them to eat something, to try and fix. No.
Yeah, everything was bad here, but because it's a fantasy setting, we reinvented a condition where you get hungry, and apparently you need a Snickers to calm down. This is just for giggles. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do those things.
If you want a clue on what to do, it's called grounding. Look it up. It's awesome.
Yes.
True.
A.
Grounding helps a lot. I think I've had like 1 or 2 panic attacks myself in my life, or anxiety attacks.
Oh yeah, totally. It's a good thing for everyone to know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. So the guards, and as you leave, the guards just kind of walking off. Oh, it's a shame, really. You know, it's. I blame the bad dietitian habits of our century. We could do a lot better. And then they leave. So you have absconded into success. You have checked off defaced profane, a holy site in the righteous mile. You have 2 left. Apparently someone has to have an awkward conversation with a certain senator and also has to find a finger.
success is like, I feel like we're just weaving our own web of lies we'll get caught up in later. It's like slowly building the brick wall in front of yourself that you'll get trapped behind.
At this point,
So
do
we're
we
becoming
want...
a politician?
Ooh, ooh, bam, bam.
Is there?
Wait,
does
if
someone
we all
have
become senators, then we can just take
cure
one of our fingers.
burn spell.
You
volunteer
think
What was
as
that?
a druid, I would.
Sorry, we had a bit of a hiccup. So what are we doing next? We have get the finger and have an awkward conversation with a certain senator. We also have a negotiation currently happening. There is also a temple to go gambling in, a bounty board to take jobs from, and a few other things happening in the city.
I believe what we talked about it. Next, we're going to try to do the negotiation. If people are cool with that, or should we go get the finger, or what?
I was going to suggest the negotiation because in my mind, negotiation goes to doing the Ice Queen, and I think we leave the finger for last.
Yeah,
I think
what?
my biggest concern for the finger is that we are going to run out of time.
Yeah, what time? Like, how much time? What time is it?
Yeah, what time is it?
So in this world, let's see. You started this little adventure in public defacing about. I said it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock with the 30 minutes to get the thing, and it's approaching 9 o'clock. It's about 8:45, 8:50 p.m. Or
I
hold on, I
say-
gotta do math. It's about 20:45.
Yep.
There you go.
Hold on.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
24-hour clocks are
the-
superior. Just gonna say it.
So negotiation.
I think we should go talk to
Let's
negotiations.
go talk to the Ice Queen. Yeah.
Now, do you want to go to the negotiation with Master Dominus and Magistra Bellina, or do you want to go to the Ice Queen directly? You can do both. You can split the party.
I am going to the Ice Queen directly.
Okay. So she's going to go to the Ice Queen directly. Do you 3 want to go to the negotiation, or do you want to go with her to the Ice Queen?
Oh, man. That's hard.
I kind of want to do negotiations because, as PJ said, we need to have 2 senators agree to get the proceedings of what we need done.
Okay. So then I will delightfully split the party. We have Rufa, Woodward, and Ilona going to the negotiations at the Cultus Bellum. And we have Shionibus going off to the Ice Queen's place. So really fast, Shionibus, give me a local lore give me a local lore test. And I'll give you a +2 because the dogs are in town and you're trying to figure out where she lives.
Sweet.
Where's the
So I don't have lore, so this is gonna be great.
You don't have any lore.
You would think I would, but I don't. That's die face of 14.
Okay. How's your intelligence? What's the bonus from your intelligence?
Oh, +2 plus that 4. That's gonna be an 18.
Perfect. It takes you some time. I'm gonna say ballpark about 30 minutes of walking and checking in with the network here and there. Like you find kind of a derelict hanging out somewhere, and you're like, Brotherhood Dogs, and he's like, yeah, newbie, what's up? This person over there. Anyway, skip ahead. You eventually stumble upon Bowen's mansion. It is this stunning but simple 4-story house that, instead of kind of taking up a lot of real estate widthwise, takes all the real estate it can vertically. So it's 4 stories, but it's probably more like, instead of the average 8 to 10 feet per story, this is probably like 15, 20 feet per story. It's massive, tall, and very squarish.
Right
There
on.
there's a gigantic door. It is marble reinforced by wood and steel hinges. On the front is a lion's head with a door knocker in the mouth. And the minute you get close by, something seems odd about this beautiful mansion. Something seems familiar and yet also remiss.
Are there any guards around?
None.
If this isn't the same house that she was at earlier.
No, not the same house.
Right on. All right. I don't like this at all. Okay. She's just going to walk up and just knock, like the knuckles on the door.
You do it, and
hope and pray.
You know how? Have you ever tried knocking on like a marble column, like at an art museum or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like you can feel your knuckles rattling, and you can feel that you're not doing anything. Yeah, your knuckles have that kind of impact on the marble.
Damn. We'll just use the door knocker itself then, and do it like 3 times.
Okay. So you knock 3 times with the door knocker. As you do, you start seeing these blue symbols and sigils appear, 3 of them, left, top, and right. And once you knock 3 times, these symbols start to kind of glow. The lion's mouth comes to life, and it roars at you, and almost kind of grabs the ring away from your mouth. And then you hear the lion speak to you, and it says, "The mistress will be with you soon." And eventually, after a couple awkward minutes of this lion staring at you, you hear this heavy, very heavy metal latch just turn over, and the door swings wide. It's almost like when you open the door to a meat locker, and the door swings wide. It's kind of heavy. And standing in front of you is a very, very tall, lithe woman. She has very pale skin, piercing blue eyes. She has this kind of feathered blonde hair cut really short, like really short. Not quite like shaved head, but like maybe kind of like how I'm wearing my hair, but like more sweep in the front, maybe a little bit of a feathering going on. Her eyes are kind of sunken and pulled back. They're very graceful, but they're very kind of very drawn. Let's put it this way. Tilda Swinton in Constantine. Tilda Swinton, yeah, but like, so that, but with these extremely blue eyes, like terrifyingly blue eyes. And you can see from her long ears that she is also an elf. She is wearing a long, heavy white dress that has been completely made and stitched out of some amazing silver stitching fabric out of white lion fur. There's gold and silver ancient elven writing all throughout the robes that she's wearing. And she's kind of got this kind of furry mantle, white mantle that covers up her missing left arm. She does not have a left arm at all. And it kind of covers it up. And you can tell she grabbed this heavy stone marble door, flung it open with her very like lithe and articulate arms. And she's staring at you with one hand. And she says, and she kind of looks down her nose at you, her aquiline nose. And she says, "You, Sister of the Sands, how can I help you today? Why have you come to my house at night?"
I'm so sorry to bother you this late. I have some information that you might find useful.
"Oh, wow. Would you look at that? A stranger thinking that I have need for information. I am so sorry that I did not know everything at this point in time. Please, try your best to illuminate me."
If I do, you have to do something for me. Because believe me, I don't think you'll know about this information. It's about someone that you have been trying to get information on for quite some time, a certain half-elf who sails the seas.
After the trees fell, there's been a lot of half-elves. Funny that. But until I know the name I'm supposed to care about, there's nothing that I can offer or even have to give you back. And until you give me this name, I owe you absolutely, by contract of law, nothing. Isn't that first day academia?
It's a certain Larian boss.
Her cold, stony face freezes in that down the nose Tilda Swinton kind of look of judgment, and she kind of does a thing where like the jaw kind of lowers a little bit, and you can see her teeth as she's looking at you, and she goes, "Come inside my house right now."
Quick DM question.
Yeah.
Does she have the same eyes as Larian?
Say it again.
Like, does she have the same eyes as Larian? Like that really like as like bright of a blue as him?
It's hard to tell because Larian's eyes are like very blue for a human. Hers are almost like someone took neon blue lights and stuck them in her head.
Okay, cool. She's going to walk inside, very aware of her surroundings.
As you're walking by, you are seeing weapons older than you are hanging on a wall. You are seeing maps of nations and territories that are no longer drawn. You are seeing multiple white lions hanging on racks. You're seeing this beautiful, elegant staircase that just kind of scrolls up all four massive floors. She takes you way into the back of her house, way into the back. She says nothing. She expects you to follow. It's very clear from her demeanor. When she takes you to the back, you see a fireplace still going. You see two massive chairs in front of the fireplace skewed just a little bit. So the fire is nice and charming, but not overwhelming. You see above the fireplace this unusual, crooked series of things kind of moving in odd directions. And surrounding it is this crystal blue, almost like a protective orb. She has a bunch of very fancy alcoholic beverages on a little cart to the side. And she has no books, just this little sitting room. And she stands and she says, "We will talk here. You will sit in that chair. I will sit in this chair. And we will talk as elves do."
Fair enough.
She waits for you to sit. She does not sit herself. She places her only hand on the back of her chair and stands in front of you. And she says, "Now, what I want to know is, how do you know about my son?"
Called it. I know a lot about a lot of people.
She kind of, you see her hand tapping on the chair, and she goes, "I bet you do, but you wouldn't know this one. He wouldn't let you."
I'm not so. Before we get into this discussion, I believe I had a deal.
Yes, I'm supposed to do something for you. But again, that is tantamount to information about this individual. As he is my son, I already know him. Seems like the law is not on your side here.
No, but you will for someone higher than you.
And who do you even dare to suppose that is?
Not the point. Just know that they are in fact higher than you, and I suggest you do what they say, or you could have another world war on your hands. One that's probably far deadlier than the one coming.
Her tapping, dead stops. Even though there's a fireplace roaring beside you, this room has never gotten darker. It's almost like her somehow snow-like alabaster skin has eaten and devoured the light around the room. She takes 2 small steps closer to you, and she feels like she's inside your atoms. And she says, "Sister of the Sands, I was there when the tree in the north fell. I was the woman who dragged our brothers and sisters of the north out of the looking glass of hells. I was there when Adolphon finally came to civil union. Do not dare suppose that I am not a queen. I am the highest level. And if you don't believe me, then please touch what I have on my wall and feel the pain of our brothers and sisters dying in the cold. Now, I am amenable to negotiations. However, if you have something to tell me about my son, I would like to hear that, as I have not seen the lad in some 30, 40, 50 years. I don't understand how humans work, and I certainly do not understand how half-elves work. But it's been a long time, I've been told.
What do you want to know? I have been traveling him with the last 5.5 years.
Mm. I suppose I should ask the most obvious question. Does he still want to kill me?
He mentioned a senator he wants to kill. Didn't mention your name. Actually, I haven't ever heard your name come out of his mouth before.
Yeah. We made an agreement that we would keep each other's mouths, or words, or names out of each other's mouths for a very good reason. So, yes.
Let me ask this.
Oh, by all means,
Why
please.
does he want to kill you? Why does he want to kill you? Why does he want you dead? I mean, believe me, I don't have very good interactions with my own family, but that's besides the point.
That is not my story to say. I can say why I may want to keep him at arm's length, but the reason that I want him away from me and he wants to be away from me are two different stories. What I will say is this: he wants to kill me, that's fair. It's good to know that the man is consistent like his father.
So what else do you want to know? I don't have all night, actually.
Where is he?
In a place on this planet.
My dear, he's a Viking. He's every place on this planet. It is mostly made of water. Could you please be more specific?
Okay, he's in a body of water. I
Oh,
haven't seen him in days.
Oh, you mean
Weeks,
literally?
Actually.
He's literally in a body of water. He does like to do that. Okay. One last question. And this one actually does matter, because I'll know if you're lying. Is he happy?
Define happy. Is that man ever actually happy?
Yeah, then you have met my son. Good to know, like his father, he is still consistent and passionate, and I would imagine very stubborn. How is it that you two... You did not love him, did you?
On to the next question.
Then that is a no. She finally sits down in the chair in front of you, and with her shoulders, she kind of shrugs the line fur away, and you see this long crystalline blue arm start to form, like ice growing on a windowsill. It stretches until it forms a hand, and as it forms a hand, you see it kind of moving like this, like the fingers are coming to life. And you can see these big blue runes kind of glowing in the blue arm. You can almost see right through it, crystalline as it is. And she, with this hand, folds her fingers together, and she says, I apologize, Sister the Sands. I let my past get the better of me. Only too human of myself. So I believe with the contract, this means that now I owe you something. What is it I can do to help you?
I want you to gather the Senate.
Laws are still laws. I'd still need 2 senators to agree upon it.
You do. I have Sir Dominus And Magistrate Bella.
Magistrate Bellin of the Castus Bellum. Yes, I love her demeanor,
Yeah.
but she's a little rough when it comes.
I have them discussing now about a certain topic that I think would not only benefit you, but Alphon.
May I ask what this topic is?
I mentioned a world war, didn't I?
Oh, you're being serious. Sorry, I've experienced at least 5 in the past 10,000 years. Understood, yeah. World war with whom?
The orcs and the goblins.
You
And
slowly
they're approaching quickly.
you slowly see her hands start to curl around her magical prosthetic arm. And you can kind of see she's not a fan of that the names that you mentioned. Orcs and goblins are coming.
Yeah. I have 2, I would say, superior orcs outside of your city currently, if you would like to go take a look on them, if you do believe that I'm lying. But believe me, this is a much bigger threat than we are prepared for. You are prepared for.
I'll send someone to look at it. But I will need proof of this mobilization against us. Last time I checked, the only orcs close by would be the White Steppe tribe by the White Steppe, and there's no way they can move an entire army through that glacial shelf, not while my family is killing them. But I want proof.
She pulls out the map, the letters, every article she has. Is there a small coffee table next to them or anything?
There's where the drinks are set up. There's a little table there, so you can kind of take the drinks and kind of assemble it away from the collection.
She's gonna scoot them away and lay out the map, hand a couple of letters to her, make sure the map is out and not curled, not curling. The X's are places that are already attacked, destroyed, citizens killed.
She looks at it. Her cold demeanor does a thing where it gets super cold again. And she gets very, very quiet. She hands you back the map and she says, "You now have my undivided attention, but I still must obey the laws. Bring me the 2 senators. I will hold Senate in the morning. I will bring this evidence to negotiations with the massive Senate, and we will discuss the potentiality of invasion and withdrawing the Knight Senators back to Alphon Prime. What you are suggesting is having a massive confluence of 7 armies that could not care less, scattered to the winds as they are, barely even a year after a civil war, work together for a bigger threat. And while that may work, it may take time we don't have. Are you aware of this?"
It's your city, not mine. Are you aware of this?
I think I just said I was. Is there anything else I can do for you before the morning comes?
You didn't really give me a reason of why you wanted information about Larian.
Apologies, you said she didn't give you reasons why she wanted knowledge about Larian?
Yeah.
Okay. She says, "He is my son, and while we do not see each other for good reasons, sometimes I just want to make sure. Well, sometimes I just want to make sure."
He's fine. But,
Of course he is. So
he could use a boat.
she looks at you, she looks through you, and she goes, "Dear sister, did you sink one of his boats?"
No, I didn't. One of the other crew members did.
You're a bad liar, but I like you.
I get that a lot.
All right.
So about that boat.
I'm sorry, are you asking me for a boat?
If you have one to spare, I'm sure you do.
Let
And
me
he is
ask-
your son after all.
Sister, do not put that in my face. Let me ask you this. Do you believe it is wise to take a boat from me, knowing Larian will inquire of its whereabouts, and then you have to tell him who you got this boat from?
He already hates me enough. It's not like that's going to change anything.
It's your head. I'll give you the Corvette. She reaches on this wall, moves aside this giant thing of fur. She takes out a key, and it's got like a little deed attached to the key, and she says, "Here is the Corvette. It is great for speed. However, it cannot fight. Please do not engage in any sort of combat with this ship. It will sink again."
Good thing it's not my boat.
Oh, sister, you're going to ruin my son.
Mm-hmm. I think that happened years ago. All right, I'll be off. You start that set.
Sorry. Ooh, low blow. That was so mean. Just
I
Really?
I felt it coming. I knew it.
Oh, thank God she's got that ice prosthetic arm because that was a burn.
We all saw it coming. Let's be real. It's not a surprise coming from her.
I mean, maybe not. And that being said, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break. And when we come back at 9:51, we will see what happens at the negotiations with Master Dominus and, of course, Magistra Bellina. Yeah, saying all those words right. We will see you in 10 minutes.
And also find out whose finger we're going to get.
Oh, yeah, you got to figure out how to get a finger from an important person of town.
And don't forget to vote.
Oh, yes, vote. I got to check the vote.
Yeah, who
All right.
voted?
See you in a bit, guys.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for that quick break. We were seeing you all talking and coming up with really fun fan theories in the chat. I don't want to spoil anything because I feel like, it's up to these players. Sorry, let me adjust my mic here. It's up to these players to figure out what to do. So that being said, what do you want to do before we move on to the next scene? Is there anything else you want to do? Do you want to move on?
We
What do
should
you guys
consult
say?
chat's good ideas.
I have one more question for the Ice Queen.
Okay, so we're all right. We will stay in that scene. So the Ice Queen, who is, I guess, awkward now that she's given you her Corvette, she looks at, which is out of character. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something like. Anyway, I'm back. Yeah. So, what do you say to Bowen Rionag?
I have one more question. Favor? Not really a favor. I guess a favor. How close are you to that ring finger on that hand arm thing?
This finger?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On my magical prosthetic.
Yeah. Can you grow that back?
Absolutely. It's just made out of magical ever-living ice. I can grow the whole arm back. I can turn it on and off whenever I want to. I just have to turn it on if I want the arm.
Would you give it to a poor, naive young elf who found herself in a difficult situation? And she's going to give her like biggest puppy dog eyes and just like as much fear as she can muster.
Now, out of character, I gave you a boat for free, so I want a diplomacy check on this.
Fair. Where did my dice go? Let's use a blue one since it is.
I just died for a moment.
Yeah, it should be documented here that Sheodibus did use puppy dog eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and
Is it
we all missed out
diplomacy?
on the chance to witness them.
That's right, diplomacy.
That's a 19.
All right. So she looks at you. She looks at her finger. She kind of takes a deep inhale, sharp inhale, and goes, Why would this finger mean so much to you? I could give it to you, but it's confusing. It's just ever living ice in the shape of my ring finger.
I found myself in a very difficult situation when I first got into town and foolishly made a deal with someone that I didn't know until it was far too late. And I'm afraid what's going to happen if 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 I don't get this.
She leans in and she goes, was it Senator Sempris? He's been really weird lately. I haven't really been able to put my thumb on it.
No, I'm sure he's as crooked as you think he is, though.
Well, like I said, I can turn it off and on whenever I want to. She puts her hand down the table by the drinks. She reaches off the wall and finds a saber from the north and just whack! And then she goes, sorry, not a clean break. One second. Whack! 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 There, it's better. She puts it back. She picks up the finger. Hold on. Got it. There you go. She picks up the finger, and then you see it like crystal. A new one starts to form in its place as she then hands you the finger that she just severed from her magical prosthetic hand.
I'm going to pocket that. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you so much for your time. And makes way to door immediately.
She does it kind of like Auntie Mame, like the graceful glide with you. So she gets the door and then by this time her prosthetic fades. She grabs it with one hand, wrenches open this probably 80-pound door, wrenches it right open with her one right arm. She goes, sister, if you ever have need for counsel or my time, I recommend you don't come back to my house.
Deal.
Good. I suppose I'll be seeing you in the morning to discuss World War. She grabs the door and slams it behind you.
I am going to quickly make my way over to the negotiation.
Okay, and from there we will jump to the negotiation. You find yourself back at the Cultus Bellum. The Cultus Bellum being this massive temple that also seems to function as some sort of military training academy, barrack situation. All of the war priests of the facility, they guide you kind of these really weird and very straight right angle turns until finally they take you back outside. When you come to the outside area, you're in this kind of you're in this lifted stone. Coliseum is not quite the right word. Kind of open air meeting area. You see a large table, very very large. It is long enough that weapons cannot be drawn and hurt anyone, no matter where you're sitting. You see on one end Magistra Bellum, and on this end Master Dominus. They are standing out of their chairs. Their hands are on the tables, and they're screaming and yelling and pointing at one another. You also happen to see a few other interesting accessories, this open air negotiation area. You happen to see weapon racks all over. And in the weapon rack, you see a bunch of throwing spears, javelins, if you will, racked in rows. There is about, I'd say, 20 for one person, 20 for the other. And you note that on each rack, each person is missing about 3 javelins on their racks. Now, have you guys ever been to a gun range in real life, like an outdoor gun range, or maybe even like a place where you putt the ball? So you kind of see they're standing or they're sitting on this giant stone outdoor seating area, and just like a shooting range or a putt range, everything dips off, and you see this giant sweeping green hill. And in this giant sweeping green hill, you see 3 tall pillars. And you can see the 6 javelins basically kind of littered around the weird green range with the 3 tall pillars, and these javelins are just kind of littered about. And you see a fleet of war priests, heavily armed and standing at attention, mile-wide stare. And these 2 are screaming at each other At one point, Magistrate Bellum runs over, picks up a sharpened javelin, aims for the range, and just hucks it. It goes wide. It sticks the dirt. She curses, she turns, she slams her hand down on the table and says, "But you are naive to believe that if we do nothing, that we can conquer this. This requires swift force, this requires violence, and that is the only way we can defend our borders." And Master Dominus is like, "Violence begets violence. If we were to stand in arms and welcome a war, then we will fight them till the day we crumble." Welcome to the peace talks.
What's with the mini game happening in the middle of the peace talks?
Their version of putt-putt.
Yeah.
I need this for all of my arguments now.
Do you, in character, ask the war priests who are standing at attention?
Hold on for a minute. What y'all got going on here? This shindig's getting a little spicy.
One of the war priests runs up, drops a knee, and then whispers, and he says, "It is war priest recommendation not to talk while they are discussing. We are here to make sure no one interrupts or kills the two senators while they discuss. How may I help you?"
Have you thought about asking them if they're gonna kill each other?
Oh, by the laws of negotiation, they are not allowed to kill one another.
Okay, what's with the spears?
Oh, that is our peace talk negotiation mechanism. You see, at any point in the discussion, if these two cannot agree or get along to the point of frustrations, they are instructed to grab a javelin and throw it downrange. If they are able to clean over the column, then peace talks are immediately ceased and war is to be declared immediately.
Oh.
Rufa speaks up and goes, for a second there I thought they were flirting.
Maybe. I don't think they are each other's type. But when they run out of spears, javelins, negotiations end for the day. And then it's our duty to pick them back up and reassemble for tomorrow's negotiations.
Okay, I feel. I'm wondering why you just don't have a senator who's real good at chucking spears and just kind of forgoes the entire conversation bit.
With all due respect, that's about 160 yards. If there was a man or a woman or anyone else in between who can throw a spear that far, then I would gladly have them in the back lines of any army.
What if we get somebody else in this negotiation?
No.
Who else is allowed to enter?
Only those in the negotiation party. It has been declared that this negotiation party is Magistrate Bellum and Master Dominus. You are allowed, with their permission, to speak, but you are not allowed to speak for them, if that makes any sense.
Rufa, it's on you. I think Woodward just turns around. He's over this. He doesn't understand why they can't just talk.
Oh, they are. That's the best part. They are talking. They're just getting really, really mad and chucking shit.
Really quick, Rufa, could I get like kind of a lay of the dialogue, I guess, with what is it? I use one of my abilities, my investigator abilities, which is it? Case study suspect. Can I actually? Would study suspect work on them?
Study suspect.
So I kind of just want to get the lay of the land dialogue, their dialogue wise.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, give me a perception check. That'll kind of act as like your insight into the dialogue, what they're saying, what their stances are, so forth and so on.
Okay, but can I say out of character, who saw the spear chucking and immediately thought of the super orcs? Just like, damn it.
Leotario requests target. Anything 160 yards plus. I will hit 4 nations away. Goosh.
I got 18.
18. Okay, so you are able to kind of suss out in your mind palace. Obviously, what we have here is the classic case of a hawk versus a dove. or a warhawk, someone who wants war to be as the solution versus someone who only wants the peace. And the dialogue does not seem to have changed. It has taken different tactics and arguments, but Magistra Bellina seems to be pushing for a very heavy militarized front and by proxy a militarized nation, whereas Dominus keeps talking about trying to shift the focus away from further militarizing the nation and shifting it more into a diplomatic nation, and trying to solve this problem with maybe some aggressive politics. That's kind of where things are. One's like, but we're about to get invaded by 5 armies. We cannot talk our way out of this. And Dominus is like, but how we handle one situation becomes the crux of which we hang ourselves to every situation. And they're just it's a college poli-sci argument. It's awful.
Oh
right.
no.
Senators, man.
Okay, Rufa strolls over, not like next to either not next to either one of them, just kind of like in between, and not like right in between. Like, say they're in front of him, and he's kind of like, it would be like a V with him at the point of the V. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
And he just kind of really loudly and obviously kind of clears his throat.
One of the war priests immediately runs to your side and stands at attention, and he says, Magistra Bellina, this war priest asks for your forgiveness. This gentleman appears to be a friend of you and or Master Dominus and wishes to enter peace negotiations. Does he have your right to be a voice at the table? Sorry, my brain just went. At the table, Tuesdays at 3:30. Good God. But Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. at the table, the companion show to Edge of Legends, shameless plug, where we discuss tabletop books and this awesome show. So
we got some videos up on YouTube.
We do.
On our
Go
channel.
check it out. Go check it out. Shameless plug. So Magistra Bellina looks at Rufa, and Master Dominus looks at Rufa, and they both go, "Of course." They look at each other. Wait, you know him? And then Dominus goes, "Of course I know him. At that bloody date. Sorry, I had a rendezvous with this gentleman. He's a very intelligent man, and I really believe that his wisdom will be instrumental." And Magistra Bellina says, "I don't mean to be rude, but I should not open my seat to someone you have an emotional attachment to. That completely put this conversation in jeopardy."
Ilona's gonna
Your
step
turn.
up next to Rufa and be like, "Hey, Magistra Bellina, how are you?"
They both again go, "Hi, wait, you know this person?" And then Magister Bellina goes, "Of course I know this person. They met me in the Righteous Mile. They were a gift from Afra that they also saw the visions of war. And clearly they are in the right mind." And Master Dominus says, "You cannot expect me to allow someone who already agrees with you in your vision of war to be with a bipartisan voice? Absolutely not. And she makes amazing spinach puffs, by the way."
My spinach buns.
Question:
Answer.
has Shionibus caught up to everyone yet?
No, you guys invited, so you're right now probably about one awkward conversation away through finger o'clock. So,
Right on. I just wanted to double check.
yeah. So, anyone else wish to stand? By the way, the war priest that's standing with you guys in attention is like, any one of them, both, none.
Rufa kind of motions towards Woodward, just like with his kind of, you know how kind of like with his hand goes, come on, get over here.
I think seeing how the senators reacted to the other two, Woodward walks in like he owns the place.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stop him at this point. Yeah, he just kind of, and I think Mush gets the vibe, and they just kind of head straight for the table.
Oh yeah,
No problem with any of this.
Woodward's a Mush got like that booty swiggle where his tail is just going, and he's just tails up, and he's proud.
Love it.
So you show up, and the two kind of go, Magister Bellina go, "How do you know this one? He gave me adequate service at a restaurant." You telling me he's a servant? No, volunteer. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It was the food got there. And then Magistrate Bellona goes, fine. Honestly, I think that's probably the only safe voice. She takes out a knife, stamps it in the table, and she makes this broad gesture, and she says, "I hereby declare my voice. Give cause and reason for this gnome and his compatriots to join us at the table, to join us in this negotiation, as a bipartisan voice." And Dominus just goes, pulls out a boot knife, slams at the table. I also hereby give credence in my voice that these three should be allowed to join us in negotiations as a bipartisan group. And the war priest goes, "Thank you, Magistra. Understood." And then he kind of ushers you three forward. And then he goes, "Should I remove the pylons?" And Magistrate Bellona goes, "You move those pylons, I remove your spine. Get me more spears." Understood. And he runs off.
Really quick, I was wondering, is there maybe a wooden pole or a wooden plank or anything that's set up anywhere near here?
Say that again.
Is there a wooden pole or maybe some makeshift wooden walls or anything kind of set up there nearby? Within dagger throwing distance? No,
the only thing that a dagger might throw and get embedded into is approximately 160 yards downrange.
I doubt Rufa's gonna be. Rufa's pretty good with it, but I don't think Rufa's gonna be able to hit that.
Chat, please, if you can find a YouTube video of someone throwing a throwing dagger 160 yards, I want to see it. That sounds amazing. Anyway, so unfortunately,
Hercules, bend it, boomerang.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna go with that idea. Then with the other idea, I'm gonna go with Rufa. Kind of takes on kind of a Perry Mason like attitude, hands behind his back, starts walking back and forth. He does that, pause and goes, "The reason your armies right now are not defending your walls is thanks to my compatriots and I."
Magistra Bellona kind of she looks at you and she says, "I believe that requires more information."
Just really quick, just so I know time wise, how long ago was it since we kind of buried that entire orc army in the quarry?
Oh gosh, that was approximately a day and a half ago, almost 2 days.
Day and a half ago. Okay.
Yeah.
A day and a half ago, nearby your rock quarry, by the way, very nice rocks, very rocky. A assortment of orcish tribes were gathered, set upon taking down your walls and doing God's knows what to your people. The reason that is not happening right now is because of us.
So Magistra Bellona slams her hand against the table and says, "See, that is more reason why we need to be better armed and ever vigilant and start pushing our soldiers outside of the boundaries. We need to call back the Knights Sanitari. We need to get their local militias, and we need to have a counter-invasion force that can spread and protect our borders across all leagues."
Rufa sees Alona wants to say something and kind of just gestures.
Well, this might be information to add to the struggle. When we were infiltrating the headquarters of the army, the speech that we heard proclaimed were meant to sort of demonize human beings for their horrible and mistreatment of orcs and goblins. Now, I do believe that the center concern for this conflict is the systematic treatment of orcs and goblins throughout the years by humans. This is so much more than just all of a sudden orcs and goblins got angry one day and decided that they were going to rebel for no reason. The reason is there has been so many years of prejudice and mistreatment of orcs and goblins, apparently, and they feel that this is the only way that they can overcome that.
Master Dominus almost punches the table and he says, like I've been saying for bloody knows how long, hearts and minds. If we wish to go to war, we don't do so with steel. We do it with our hearts and our minds, or else we just have blood upon blood for countless bloody ages. We don't fight them with armies. We fight them with diplomacy. And then at that, you see there's this awkward pause, and Belena just kind of, she flexes every muscle in her body. She runs over, she grabs a spear, and she throws it. Goes wide to the right. Sticks in the dirt. And she's like, oh, my entry is perfect, but it keeps slicing. Damn it. She comes back and kind of knuckles up on the table, and she is just staring daggers at Dominus, who squares up, shoots him right back to her.
I think Woodwork gets on top of the table. I think if this is long table in between the two of them, I think he stands on top of it. And he looks at both of them and says, now y'all look here. You already agreed to this. You already agree with each other, or we wouldn't be at this table. You already understand the other person's point, at least a part of it. Now, there's one fact in this. Shields and swords will win you the wars you seek. But in the end of all this, it's left up to the bards that are going to win the people's hearts. So you both have a say in this, and one gets to go before the other. We defend the city to make sure the people live long enough to tell the tales of how we made peace with the orcs and goblins outside the walls.
There's a heavy, heavy silence from that. Magistra Belena, her body still tense, but her face is kind of dropped a bit, and it's slacking. You see Dominus kind of like rests his weight back on his heel. Magistra Belena is going to make a roll. And she says, as her hands go from fists on the table to elbows on the table and hands meet, and she says, if I'm to believe that the war is won with swords and shields, but the peace is kept with bards and words, then what I need to know, as one of the lead heads of the war seat, as the leader of the war cult, as the shining example of the war god, how am I to go hand in hand and win you a heart and a mind? I just need this one simple thing, and that is simply this, Master Dominus. I need a full-scale plan, beginning, middle, and end. And I will get my hands bloody and dirty, but can you? Master Dominus just kind of looks at Woodward. You seem to speak the tongue of the table, little man. Could you continue for one last bit? Or the lady with the really amazing spinach puffs, or my rendezvous mate?
It's simple. Magistra, your people, your soldiers, the people who will make this city stand tomorrow, need morale. And there's no one else who's going to give it to them than the people they're defending. If they're going to have something at their back, it's going to be the voices of the many and not one person shouting orders. Your orders will get them through the war, but their hearts will come back broken. Now, what we need is our friend Dominus here to understand that his voice is heard by the people, that he himself can push the people forward to trusting the war council. If we put this on correctly, we won't have an army. We'll have an entire city resisting. And as soon as that force is shown, there's no way the walls will crumble.
Give me a diplomacy check.
See, like I want to deal with the good words. Like
I know.
I want to throw the words out there. I got the words part.
Oh, the word part is great, and you are killing it on the words. I just want to see something really fast. Oh, yes, really fast. Rufa, yes, you had your hand raised. Oh, you're muted, Mike. Mike, you're muted. You're still muted. There you go. Oh, you're still muted, buddy. So sorry. I think it's another thing in your mic. There you go.
Is it working now?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
you.
Cool. Finally. I want to see if I can provide aid.
That's the other thing that I was also going to ask.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you both want to provide aid?
Yeah.
Then I think it's only important that all three of you roll diplomacy checks.
Great. Oh.
And also, I in character, I have something to say really quick too.
Let's do the rolls first, and then I'll let you
Okay.
do that.
So the starting is a 16 from Woodward.
All right, let's see if we can't up those numbers up. Ilona, what you got?
27.
Yeah, that's going to work. It's a +1. And what you got there, Rufa?
22.
That's another +1. So that is now an 18. Rufa, what are you saying to assist?
Rufa kind of claps, puts his hand on Woodward's shoulder and just goes, "Well said, my friend. Well said." Then he looks over at Dominus, and then he looks over at
Magistra?
her name, huh?
The Magistra?
The Magistra,
Bellina?
yes.
Yeah.
Belna. Master Belna, your hands are going to be stained with blood. Of that, there is no doubt. Then he looks over at Dominus. Your job afterwards will be to clean them.
Very, very out of character. Very, very good point. Sidney, do you want to say anything? Are you going to do anything? What's your aid coming in the view of? In the shape of, I should say.
It was like I cast light on the gnome.
It's a holy gnome.
Yeah. My thought is like, look at him. He's telling the truth. He's the Messiah.
Little Messiah.
Lil.
My initial thought would be to say you cannot have change without sacrifice, and you cannot have effective change without work.
Okay. So with Woodward on the table and Rufa making a plea to wit and Ilona speaking from the heart of philosophy, the two look at each other. They look at you three. And Dominus says, "Crazy idea. What if we present a unified front to the Senate about this war situation? You handle the egregious violence. I, in return, take the money for social programs, for health recovery for the soldiers that survive, and we start doing some sort of light propaganda to inform the people that they need to stand with us together. Divided we fall." And then Magistra kind of laughs and she says, "Aye, what's that thing they're always saying in university?" And Dominus smiles and he says, "Strong is the hand that grabs together, weak is the hand that stands alone. And blessed is the mind that is swung, or blessed is the sword that is swung by the hand." And they start to chuckle. Did you get that from... Hey, you wouldn't bloody shut up about it. Oh, yes. Oh, I used to hate Augustus. What a prick. And they start to laugh. And then Bellina kind of says, you want to throw one spear just because it's fun? Dominus kind of laughs and goes, only if you aim wide. I don't want you to risk actually hitting the clean spot. Okay, fine. So they grab the spear, they count to 3, and they throw it as far as they can. It goes very wide, not even close to it. They stop and they go. Turn to each other, extend a handshake, take the hand firmly, stare each other in the eyes, and say, Magister Bellum says, at this moment, I promise to be your shield and sword. And Dominus says, and I promise to be your heart and soul. And may on this day, with these three's help, we can save the blood of Adolphon. Yes, Rufa.
Could Rufa go over and take one of the javelins and pick it up?
Are you going to throw it?
Yeah, why not? Rufa's going to grab the javelin and goes, you mind if I give it a try?
Magistrate Bellina says, sorry, those are reserved for... You know what? We did grant you a seat at the table. I can't say that now, but yes, at the Tuesdays at 3:30. Yes, we granted you a seat at the negotiation table. Please, by all means, pick up a javelin and have fun. Just please, for the love of diplomacy, aim wide. Don't clear the pillar.
All right.
Give me an athletics check.
Is that a nat 20?
It is a nat 20.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Second one of the night that I can think of.
Base of the pillar.
What it did not.
You throw this, and Bellina is like, good form. And then Dominus is like, great extension, good gluteal clench. And they're watching the thing go, and they have this look of like, and then all of a sudden their brain starts doing the math, and like, oh no. Oh, that's going to clear. And sure enough, the spear goes over the pillar, lands in the far back of the field, and they go.
Rufa turns around and goes, did I do good?
And then they can look at each other and they go, hey, Magistra, I didn't see him throw. Did you? Nope, I was too busy shaking your hand on a peace treaty. I think we should leave this table now. I think that's a great idea. And Magistra Bellina and Master Dominus about face and just walk the hell right out of there. The war priest runs up and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, technically, sir, you just declared war. And then he steps back.
All right, then.
The war priest then steps forward again and goes, if you like the official paperwork, I can get the proper vellums and we can have a proper declaration of war. All we need is your enemy and reasons, and we'll present the charter to the local government or tribe, in which case we will not fund the war, but we'll officiate the righteous presentation of the war.
Let us declare war on those who do not have a song in their heart and goodwill in their spring in their step.
So, like the Acadians, I don't know who that means.
No. Let us just say we will declare war on the bad people.
So, like the Acadians, again.
No.
So, I need instructions. Who am I declaring war on? Who are these people that have song in their hearts? Oh, no, that's Acadians again.
Oh.
So, who went to...
Rufa just walks away. At this point, Rufa just walks away.
Morel, who's been there the whole time, has heard this, kind of walks over to the war priest and goes,
can we undeclare war on them?
he offers a hand to the war priest. He goes, thank you for your service, soldier. I believe you have to give your magistra her spears back. And maybe don't talk about declaring war with Acadia when a former captain of the Acadian military is standing in your presence. Just a recommendation. And then the war priest stands up and he goes, "Sir, recognizing captain on deck. I'm not in your bloody military." And he about faces and leaves the war priest, who has like the most awkward salute, like, "I'm going to get smoked out by my superior officer for sure. Oh, this is bad."
Let's just say that whenever Rufa wants to start a war, he can come back and just start one. It's
Rufa gets a
just
coupon.
on the table.
Rufa gets a coupon.
A
War
coupon.
coupon. A war coupon. It's a Groupon.
That's
it's a Groupon.
A war coupon
Oh
is
my
literally
God.
the
War
scariest
coupon.
thing I've ever heard
A
of.
Groupon, because it's all of us together. A Groupon.
I don't want to be a part
I'm
of
not
it.
a part of this. I just work for
I ain't even there. So
Buy one war, get one free. Yeah, the minute you're rolling, I'm like, just don't get a crit and you're fine. You're like, I crit. I'm like, congratulations, you just declared war on someone. No one knows who, but by the rules of engagement, you just declared war.
You have an IOU.
An IOU. IOU on war.
War
By the way-
coupons are the scariest thing I've ever heard of. I'm just gonna.
Canonically, are we having this contract be a to declare war later contract? This
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I want to have that in my back pocket.
is like, the war priests look very confused, but they give you the paperwork. And they, sign your name there, sign your country of origin and representation there. Like, put all your things on these lines saying, who and what and why and everything. We'll leave this blank, and we'll leave it as to a who it may concern contract in the future.
This speaks more of Adelphon and the senators that they have paperwork for a war coupon. I just want to put that one out there that they went, "Oh, I'm not sure we should hand it to this guy, but we do have the paperwork, and he did throw the spear." Does no one else have issue with that? Like,
is that not how countries work?
not
Like I said, I think we're starting to become politicians.
I mean, that's part of being a hero.
I will hand in my resignation now.
Yeah, I
I
don't like
tried
it.
so hard.
I didn't like saying that either. Yeah. So, by the way, Rufa, add the first powerful item to your inventory. You now have a
War coupon?
war coupon, good for one legal war declaration for the world. Technically speaking, you can. Now, granted, it will be you personally and any resources you have declaring war against whoever else you can get to sign or write in for the other part. And you've already put your name, country of origin / representation, and reasons. You put Rufa. I'm guessing you're putting Grazi for country of origin.
Yep.
And your reasons is to fight
To
those
be
without a song.
determined. To be determined.
Did you put to be determined, or did you put to fight those without a song in their heart?
No, to be determined.
Okay, so your reasons for war are to be determined, and the war priest is like, look, Koga says as long as the fighting happens, he doesn't care who or why they fight. So quite honestly, this is still a legally binding contract for war. Thank you so much for your time at the Cultus Bellum. Please, sir, get out of here.
Did this change my alignment now officially to neutral evil?
No.
No, lawful evil. Because
Lawful
you
evil.
literally have
Definitely
the law
lawful.
behind you. You have a contract
True.
that
Yep.
binds you to the ability of calling war to the world. If that's not the most lawful evil thing I've ever heard of,
Which also kind of means that if you do an act of war, no country has the right to attack you because you already have the proper document declaring that this war is sanctioned.
Oh my god, Rufa's becoming Cuba.
the
No,
roof is becoming a dictator.
No.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. This is a fluke. Like Ian always says, the stories happen when you roll a 1, but sometimes they happen when you roll a crit on something dumb. And now, welcome Rufa to the tragic mantle that you must carry, that you have a war in your pocket to be declared later.
You've got to figure out your name because Warlord Rufa just doesn't.
It doesn't roll off
Actually,
the
sounds pretty
tongue.
good.
It
Warlord
just doesn't
Rufa.
match up at the other end.
Warlord Rufa, I'm loving y'all. I'm loving your choices. We have an elf who made a deal with the avatar of Dumb Luck to get a finger and do a bunch of terrible things. We have a dance teacher who now has a war deed in his back pocket. God, I'm gonna have like episode 15. Y'all just like own dragon gods and like
Yeah, you know what, PJ, I'm backing you on this one. I think we should remain at level 1 because I'm afraid of what the power will happen. Like if we start leveling up, I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
level two is gonna get to your head. And you're gonna be the only campaign in the world where it's like, yeah, and we killed God and ruled the world and started going in the multiverse and owning those levels. Oh my God, you're level 20? You're level 2.
Watch out.
We're always going to be level 1, but 5 experience points away from level 2.
Yeah, that's called
Because of
purgatory.
this.
Yeah.
Classic.
So to review, you have now 2 senators in agreement with a vote that they're going to put forth to Senator Bowen Rionag. Your elf companion has done an amazing job to get all 3 of their tasks given to them by the avatar of the god of luck done and done. It's maybe 10:30 at night.
We
What are you
thought
gonna
this
That's
would be
early.
hard.
Yeah, we got time for hooch.
You got
Have
You
I
got-
caught up with them?
Shouldn't we take the stuff to Felix?
Oh crap!
Yeah, have I caught up with everyone?
I will say that you guys are convening at the statue. You talked about meeting Zashmaru earlier in episode 10. So you
Okay.
can meet there and decide as a group what to do with the finger, keys to the Corvette, a treaty for war in your back pocket.
Oh,
All
yeah,
3 tasks done.
I wrote it down as war coupon.
War coupon. Hey, this is I get 50% off a war. Oh, that's only with special blue ticket items. Is this war blue ticket? Oh,
My-
deluxe. Oh, okay.
My morals are hurting.
Yeah.
I can feel them cringing.
My GM bone is just laughing. Okay, so you guys are around the statue. You've had a weird night, a weird day. What are you gonna do next?
Personally, out of character, I want to go see what happens when Shionibus gives Felix Chance the finger. I want to see it. I want to see it with my own eyes.
Okay. Well,
If you want.
that's up to you guys. What are you gonna do?
As
Bring
soon
me
as
to
like, I'm guessing
Felix.
we're meeting right now. We're just meeting up right now, right?
Yeah, you're just at the statue where you guys met Zashmaru earlier in the day.
When Rufus sees Chonibus, goes, friend Chonibus. Apparently, I can declare war now.
You see Morel behind him going, "It's a whole thing. Don't
I
don't ask, please."
I don't want to talk about it.
Unless it involves me, I don't care.
It went so well, and then it went so sideways.
Nope, it went clear. It went too clear.
Did he throw the javelin?
Clear over the pillar.
Nobody
That's
has yet
impressive.
told me whether that was a good shot or not.
I mean,
Depends
you
on what
declared
side of
war,
that
didn't you?
coupon you're on.
He could declare war with himself.
Oof.
Anyway, well, Shionibus, clearly we've had quite the adventure. How was your meeting with the Ice Queen?
I learned a lot of things. Got what I needed, and I'm headed to see Felix Chance and to break this stupid deal with him.
So you're going to a temple.
It's definitely not the same temple that you think it is.
A temple's a
So,
temple.
I mean, if you want to come, yeah, it's a temple. It has pews like everything else. Everyone's really just into praying a lot.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's super quiet and peaceful and really bright, and it smells wonderful.
I've never
I
been
think
to
you'll
a
really like
temple.
it.
Oh,
Do they
that
have a
sounds
buffet?
amazing.
What was that, Rufa?
Do they have a buffet?
I'm sure if you look hard enough, I'm sure they do. So shall we?
Let's.
So you follow Shionibus to the temple to Kioma. And about this time they get to the temple of Kioma, you do see Lucky Star Temple, Casino Entertainment. Crossing the small little bridge over the little moat, you see the red velvet carpet, you see the garish color decorations, you smell that kind of saccharine, sticky, sweet smell that kind of invades your whole body and just kind of it's not offensive, it's just too much and it kind of shuts down some of your feelings. Ilona, you enter and you see a bunch of bright colors. You smell this very sugary, sweet smell. You see these bright lights everywhere, and people are praying as they're going, "Oh, please, Kioma! Oh God, Kioma! Please, please, Kioma! Yes! Oh, you've answered my prayers! Oh, you are so great and kind." As they're standing by what looks like this holy, beautiful dais, but there's a thing that you turn and it spins and it makes this great loud noise. And this holy priest takes out this little marble. He raises it up. Oh, okay, put it on black. Who wants it black? Red, green, give me your numbers. We got 3 seconds before it's called. Call it in the air. And you're now in the Lucky Star Temple Casino Entertainment. And Shionibus, you see the pit boss from before, who the minute he sees you double takes and he does not have a bag of gold on him, but he's still kind of like putting a hand on a hip, like, please don't steal it from me again. I got in a lot of trouble.
She's going to walk past him and be like, and just keep walking
and
towards the same bar.
So you walk in the back and you see another lady working there, and she goes, "Hey, how's it going? What can I get you?"
I'm looking for Felix.
Oh, he's that gentleman right to your left. And you see this guy, elbows on the table, like straw in a cup, just stirring it. Well. To what do I owe the pleasure of seeing you in my temple and casino before the sun should happen to rise?
She is going to drop the finger next to him.
He looks at you and
I think
smiles.
We got a deal.
We do have a deal. You know, I'm really glad you're able to solve me puzzle. Get me a finger of someone important in town. He takes the finger, puts it in the glass, and starts drinking. Goes, it's like the best ice cube. It never melts. It's so good. Very fresh. Very, very good. Slides the glass over. Completely doesn't even care that the finger is now in this cup. And he turns to you and he goes, all right. So if I recall, a deal is a deal. And you did me deal. That means I let you keep the gold, double it. So now I have to, hold on. No. Get Oliver. The wee lad with the hungry eyes. No, don't feed him. What is he, a dog? No, bring him over here. And this little hungry street urchin walks up with this giant bag of gold. He goes, all right, thank you. He hands you another full 400 gold in the bag, puts it down, and he says, Oliver, go to the back. Don't look at me like you're hungry. They'll feed you. All right, well, if they're not going to feed you, then come back later. I'll see if I can scrounge what we got for you. I'm not going to let you die, you dramatic little so-and-so. Get out of here, you whelp. Anyway, sorry, Oliver. Can I have more? He's so needy. Anyway. Right. So you kept your money. I doubled it. And then there's that third thing. Do you remember what the third thing was?
No, but I'm sure you do.
Nice, right. So you solved the puzzle. You got me the Ice Queen's finger. I was going to have some dire consequences for you, but I guess that's off the table now. Did you want to know? Choices are grand, aren't they? You can't get both of them, but you can always get at least one. So, choices are what they are. And I think I promised something very specific. Do you want to know the last words that Awesome Ross said as he died in the desert sands? Or do you want a favor? One time, my ability to say no, but you get a favor from the four-leaf clover of dumb luck. Knowledge or power? That's always the way, isn't it?
Do I have to know what the favor is now?
No, but like I said, I have the right of refusal. If I don't like the favor, I ain't going to do it.
And that's not much of a deal, is it?
It's the deal as it is. It's a favor. I didn't say I'd do whatever. I said I'd do something nice for you. A favor.
She's gonna look at the group. I'll meet with you in a moment.
Sure.
Go enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Alona, go have some fun.
He leans way back, and you can see Alona, his blue and red eyes, and you can see all of his just holy symbol on his bodies, and goes, "No, please have a great time. In fact, if you'd like to game or drink or worship, everything for you is free. Please have as much as you can."
Alona's gonna look at him. She's gonna look at him. She's gonna be like, "You're danger," and walk away.
And as you walk away, he's like, I'm not dangerous. I'm just interesting.
Wolf takes out a coin. He's kind of like, you know how he does, people like kind of run across their knuckles. Friend Chunibus, I know a thing about deals. If you want, I could definitely stay and offer advice.
I appreciate that, but I'm gonna pass on this one. Go enjoy yourselves. Keep an eye on Alona and Eshel. It's kind of overwhelming.
As you wish. Rufa goes to follow Alona.
Morel goes. Sorry. Morel goes to follow her too. It's kind of like this almost weird instinctual thing where, like, whenever he walks somewhere, he's like, "Oh, we're going now," and then kind of follows. He's like a puppy, really.
I think Woodwort probably takes up the farthest seat away from wherever, as much privacy as he can be apart, but still next to the bar. He said I could drink what I want, and I'm here to do that.
Aye, wee man, that I did. So, before I start... No? It's just alcohol.
Do not drink. That's how I got into this. Do not drink.
No, how you got into this was you stole something that wasn't yours.
Okay,
that's how you got into
besides
this.
the point.
Yeah. But little man, wee man, what would you like? Would you like whiskey? Would you like ale? Would you like we have a whole bunch of different drinks. What? I tell you what, you name it, my dumb luck says I've got it.
I think I think Woodward ends up he looks him dead in the eye and he says, "I want whatever Zoshmaru wants."
He looks you in the eye and he says, "You can't give him his home back. But I'll give you a drink. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind. Excuse me, Harleen. If you could go in the back, second shelf to the right. Doesn't matter what the bottle is. Bring it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be perfect for this occasion. Go ahead." "Sorry, we mates. Didn't mean to be rude, but times are what they are. Have to give you the good stuff, not the bad stuff. Hope you can forgive me."
"Oh, I'll take it. Whatever you got. I figured I wouldn't be drinking here, and leaving unhappy."
"Oh, of course. Listen, we here serve the higher religious and devout purpose of worshipping the great name of our Lord and Savior, Kioma. Blessed be the luck that he gives, the fortune and chaos that we get to experience, and also the sweet, sweet, fat stacks of gold the fat morons put on my tables and I take from you every bloody day. It's like you're right. Do you even have a money factory?" They're too stupid to listen to me. Anyway, where was I? Right, Shionibus. I'm going to get your wee man a little drunk here, and we're going to have a conversation. How can I help you? Remember your choices. One or the other. You cannot have both.
Before I decide, can I ask you a question?
Of course. I mean, so long as it's not really pertaining to the two choices.
No. What have you heard the gods talking about me? How do you know me? I know the gods obviously talk, but...
And I know everything the gods know. I know everything that Kyoma knows. I know it all. I know that I know there's a certain god that misses you awfully fierce. I know you turned your back on them. They're still sitting there just weighing the chances.
Back to our deal. She like shakes it off and like not acknowledging. You were telling me his last words.
That's the choice then. If you say this and you confirm it, you cannot get the other thing at all. It's got to be this or the other. You know? Okay.
Deal.
Shake on it.
Such a bad idea, but okay.
So you take him by the hand in a handshake?
Yep, let's just do it.
He grabs you and pulls you in violently and wraps his hand around the back of your head and starts to whisper. The minute he whispers, you can feel the bleaching hot sun of your home, and your back suddenly becomes filled with the grainy sensation of coarse sand. You can feel liquid pouring from your back and spine, and you can feel something missing from your stomach. And as you touch and feel this, you can suddenly see in the shadow of the baking, bleaching sun of your home a hand that is Awesome Raz himself. And as you can feel the heat of the coarse sand, the burning, stinging your eyes and nose, suddenly, almost like too much whiskey on the lips, things start slowly going numb from bottom to top. And as you see a hand reach up into the sky, with all the strength you have left in your lungs, the voice of Awesome Raz says, I pray you live when I could not. And then with one last breath, escaping his hollow chest, you hear, never forget, for thousands of years, we loved. And then with that, you are pulled from the inky blackness of Awesome Raz's undeniable death and pulled into the handshake of Felix Chance, who looks at you with his one blue and one red eye, and he looks at you with this look of like when you scold a child, and he looks at you. Is the deal done then?
She's like, they're still in their handshake, right?
Yep, you're still in it. You're still locked in a handshake.
Okay, she is going to use all of her might to yank her hand away. Doesn't care if she hits someone behind her. And just, yeah. And just like hold, like when you hug yourself, when you like don't want anyone else to touch you, like that's immediate reaction.
Felix is looking at you as you walk away. He is not losing eye contact. You can see him reach over. He grabs his drink. He pulls it back. He takes a straw and starts just swirling his drink and just stares at you as you walk away.
I think
she's going to yell to the rest of the group, let's go, and just keep walking.
I think Woodward walks up to Shionibus with a glass that hasn't had a sip from it. I'm really happy this worked out. Looks her in the eyes and says, this drink's not for you. It's for Zoshmaru. So you're not in any deals, but we know it's strong. And hands her the glass.
Immediately downs it. Like,
Puts the glass on
they're
the table
passing
and they
tables.
leave.
Yeah.
As you leave the threshold, I'm assuming you're all leaving in one awkward manner or the other. As you leave Shionibus, you can hear in the back of your head Felix Chance's voice say, "I'm sorry. I only gave you what you asked for. Now don't fucking steal from me again."
That's one hell of a mistake I'll never make again.
So that was rough.
That was so rough.
No words.
I'm not crying. There's just dust in my eye. It's fine.
Who was crying? Not chat.
Yeah, I'm checking in the chat and I'm seeing it, and it's I'm not sorry. I'm not.
Real quick,
Yeah, Rufa, what's up?
as we're all gathered outside, Rufa looks to the group. I think we deserve a good drink at a respectable establishment.
Give me everyone. Oh, and I should say, Shionibus, this entire time you were cursed by Felix Chance. All your trained or expert stats, any stats you were trained in, got a -4.
Right.
Even though your hands are shaking from the trauma of everything, you do feel your, whether you like it or not, yourself has been returned. Your experience is coming back with you with that vision of Awesome Raw. You no longer suffer a -4 penalty to any skill check that you are that you're trained in. So that's gone. Now, that being stated, everyone give me a perception check.
As long as it wasn't a but and then Shionibus this, and this. Like, that's what I was just like, now that being
Right, I was
stated,
waiting for it.
these are all the other problems you have to face.
Okay, your -4 is gone, and now you're level -3. So you die. I don't.
I got a 26.
Ooh, very, very nice.
15.
Very, very nice. 15. Okay, Shionibus.
12.
12. Okay, Alona.
23.
23.
I'm looking for Hooch.
Hell yeah. So Shionibus, understandably, a little shaken, a little rocked, probably not looking out for anything. She's just like, yeah, let's go to a nice divey bar and just cause a fist fight. I'm not putting words in your mouth. She's all about it.
You
Awesome.
get it.
I was guessing. Okay. Rufa, I'm sure, is like, I know a great place. Let's go. And he's looking to go there. As you are walking down the roads, you notice that the this is only relevant because of the description. The moat of the bridge kind of like filters into an aqueduct. So you're kind of walking by an aqueduct. It's like, oh, this lovely river. Oh, it's a river of crap. You start noticing a very unusual form, Alona and Woodward, kind of shuffling and hiding in the darkness, checking on something by the aqueduct, and then looking around in a panic.
SpaghettiOs, who's a sneaky boy. I'm going to, let's see if we do hand signals with Woodward. I'm like, you go that way, I'll go this way. I must try and sneak and see if I can get a better look at who this person is.
All right, give me a sneaky stealth check.
Oh yeah, keep in mind my stealth is -1.
I was about to say.
I love how the two people with a decent modifier for stealth checks are like, let's get drunk and cause a ruckus. Meanwhile, the two people that shouldn't be stealthing are like, let's go be spies.
You know what? As Rufa is walking with Shionibus, he looks over her and says, you know what? I have a feeling that we are forgetting about something. Or he just suddenly goes, someone.
I'll let you have that moment in a minute.
I think Sidney just rolled the beginning of a story.
Sidney, what's up? You want to say something so bad. What's up?
Guys, I kid you not.
Oh,
Dirty
no.
one.
Dirty
Heck,
one.
I would say technically you can reroll. You do have a hero point.
Yeah, you guys always get at least one. Okay.
I just realized that. Like we're rolling really badly. We have a hero point.
I should
True.
say this. I know it's a little retroactive, but it's only because I think it's highly earned. Absolutely, Kylie, you get a hero point. In fact, I'll give you 2. 1 for getting the finger and solving Kiyoma's puzzle, and 2 for going the hard route and learning about Awesome Ra's death.
Yes.
Everyone else, you definitely get 1 hero point for that amazing negotiations. Rufa, I'll even give you a 2nd hero point because now you have a document of war on you. So good for you. So Kylie and Michael should have 3 hero points. Sidney and Ian should have 2.
My stealth check is a 9.
Ooh, is that with the hero point? Because I gave you some hero points.
Okay, fine.
I mean, if you want to stick with the 9, stick with the 9. I'm just saying.
Well, that changes the entire story. I got a 24.
Oh,
Ooh.
very, very good. Now about you, Sidney. What was your rolls?
Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, it feels like it's meant to be.
Did you get another 2?
Both stealth checks, I got a 2. The only stealth checks I've ever done in this entire game.
You're too holy to be stealthy.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
You're walking around with a nightlight.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do math. Yeah, okay.
You did really good. You did someone who did really good. They did so good.
Can I make another perception roll then? Or is it too late for that?
It's too late for that because this action is about to be resolved, but depending on how we roll, things may go from there. So the 2 of you try to sneak up on this unusual form by the aqueduct, who seems to be fussing with something. Immediately, as they turn their head up in response to something, eyes wide, panic on their face. They obviously are in fear, and they throw something, they chuck something else in the aqueduct, and they just start hauling. They're running. They're very clearly a human man. But when they were hunched over, something was odd about them. Now that they're upright and running, very human. And we're into a chase if you want to give chase.
Question,
Let's
PJ.
go.
Are they running? Is the person running away from us? Definitely away from Lona and Woodward, but are they running towards me and Chonabas? I mean,
No. You guys, so at least in my head visually, there was the 4 of you, and then these 2 went off that way. You're still where you are.
Okay.
This guy all the way over here. So while these 2 faff off, you're still way over there. And it's in that faffing that he's like, oi, and then starts booking it.
Running.
Running, just full awkward sprint. You're bolting? Nice.
Bolting. Yes. That is a, let's see. What kind of check do I check that or do I not?
I know that's very, very fair. Here's what we'll do. Since I feel like this is going to get violent, I don't know where I get that from. We're going to call this initiative. So what I want from you guys is your initiative roll. You can make that your acrobatics check for running as fast as you can. If you just want to look at him and notice he's running, perception check. If you're going to try and continue to be stealthy, I don't know why you would since you've been found out, you can make a stealth check.
question, PJ, really quick.
Answer for you.
The guy, they noticed Alona and Woodward, but did they notice me and Chonabas?
Hard to say for sure, but the one thing you could tell that got their attention was the proximity of Alona and Woodward.
Okay, because I have an idea what I'm going to do then if he didn't notice us.
Okay. Well, first things first, I need those initiative rolls. You can either give
Okay.
me a basic perception check, you can give me an acrobatics check, or a stealth check if you were stealthing. I will allow the stealth for Woodward. And
But not for
Alona.
us.
No, because you guys weren't really being stealthy
Okay.
into this moment.
Okay.
So, Ilona, what's that initiative roll? What was the thing you added to that? Was it your perception? Was it your acrobatics?
It was an athletics, and I have 0.
So it's
I-
a
0.
big fat deuce.
Yep, and that's why this is going into dice jail.
Dice jail.
It's done. It's done.
Dice jail. It's not just for dice
No.
anymore. You can also put mice in dice jail. So I don't know. I thought it rhymed. Kylie, what's your initiative roll?
I had a 10 for acrobatics.
Okay. Okay, so you are sprinting off, I imagine. And let's see here. Athletics to hoof it. Woodward, what is your initiative?
Woodward used a perception check, specifically to see if he can narrow down where in the aqueduct he should be looking for the thing he throws, because Woodward's never won a foot race, with a 12.
Okay, 12 perception search. Wonderful. Rufa, give me your check and what skill it is that you're using for initiative.
I used my perception, and I got 26.
Damn. Okay. Perception 26. So yeah, you're gonna clock this guy right the F away. Okay.
The spear comes back around and hits the guy.
The spear thrown earlier.
It just keeps going.
Still going.
Okay, so up first is Rufa. You clock this guy running immediately. You can almost feel the tense energy and hear the feet just stomping away. You have 3 actions. What are you going to do?
First, I'm going to use free action ability.
Mhm.
Observe exponentially.
Okay.
Basically, I observe my surroundings with great speed. So I'm going to basically seek and just kind of get the lay of the entire area if I can.
All right. And is that the one where I roll for you?
Seek, it would be. Seek is just basically the seek ability in the book. That
Oh, okay.
is-
So I would roll for you then. Yeah. It's a perception.
No,
check
I
for
think
you.
I roll actually.
Okay. Well, either way, I got
Really
the roll
quickly,
roll.
let me check. If your seek objects include a 10-foot radius. Oh no, you're right. You're right. You attempt a secret perception check for me and compare the result to the DC of any undetected or hidden creatures in the area or
Cool.
objects.
And your bonus is a +7.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So remind me again. You're looking for the area, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you note that the he's kind of moved this lid to the sewers. It seems like it's not fully put on there, and it's almost like you can see some bags, like he was trying to like carefully put things inside. The bag is still kind of open, and you can see the other thing that he threw, that he ditched, is kind of in the aqueducts, kind of floating down. You clock this guy. He is running down the aqueduct, probably further into the city. What are you going to do the rest of your actions?
Okay. I'm going to then use my ability to clue in to let me pull this up real quick. Clue in. Basically, I want to clue in Woodward with the stuff, or can I just yell at him about it?
Sure. The clue ability, does that provide him bonuses or anything?
Basically, you share a bit of information you discover in your investigation so far with the triggering creature, which what's going on. So basically, I let Woodward know everything I know, basically, really quick.
Okay. So in a matter of like 2 or 3 seconds, he tells you everything that he just already knows.
Yeah.
Things on the aqueduct, the manhole cover's not all the way. There's a bag there.
Yeah, basically, because it looks like Woodward is going to there anyway. My next step is I'm going to use my second ability to see if I can kind of, what's the word, go off at a tangent and see if I can kind of cut them off somehow. Is there a way to do that?
Oh, you want to kind of head them off the pass?
Yeah.
Give me a. I think you have to actually use your move actions to do this, but I will give you a.
Can I use all my move actions to that?
Absolutely. I'll give you a free perception check to kind of figure that out, how to cut them off the pass. You're gonna have to use all 3 of your move actions to.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay,
I'll do that.
Give me a perception check.
21.
All right. You know that you can kind of tell the way the aqueduct bends that he has to take a left. So if you take a left now and start running, you will intercept him when his inevitable left turn intersects with you.
Gotcha. That's what I'm going to do then.
All right. And you just start Terminator 2 running. All right. Next up, we have the gentleman running. He uses all 3 actions to run his ass away. Next, he's just and he's looking over his shoulder and he's just running. Woodward. Rufa gave you all information about the aqueduct, the manhole cover, everything else. What are you gonna do?
I'm not as afraid of the stuff carefully placed in the sewer getting away as much as the stuff in the aqueduct. Just considering flow. Does the aqueduct, is it like just a earthen trench, or is there stones and everything built around it to keep the water in?
It's definitely reinforced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if the water's not going too fast, you know what? I haven't done this before, so I'm gonna try something new.
Hell yeah.
If there's a bag or something, no, you know what? That just gave me a bad idea because I don't know what's in the bag or whatever he threw. Yeah, he's gonna jump in the water.
Right in the poop water. Respect.
Yep. He's gonna go for it.
All right, I'll give you one action to jump into the water. Give me an athletics check to see how easily you clear into that water.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's solid. Oh, 17.
Yeah.
He has no qualms with getting in this water.
You run your little legs, you take a big jump, knees to chest, and you cannonball in this aqueduct, no problem.
Awesome. I think he's going to use his second action to tell Mush to follow him on the ground. Like, Mush, follow me from the banks. So I think Mush is just kind of following along with him in case he needs him later. And then he's going to use his last one to try to either move towards or intercept whatever was thrown in the aqueduct.
Okay, give me, because it's a little bit ahead of you, give me an athletics check to swim.
I will try.
It's moving water. I'll give you a minus. It's not that fast. I'll give you a -1.
Ouch. Okay. And I only say that because I already have a -1 to strength. So -2 together gives me a 12.
Okay. Your speed's a 25?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you move 10 feet forward, so you are about 5 feet away from the bag.
Okay. I have no more actions to spend.
That is correct. Moving on to Shionabus.
Okay. Compared to his speed, am I faster than him? If I'm at a 30?
Let's see. You are. I will say you guys are about the same speed. However, he has got the lead on you.
Okay. I'm going to hunt prey. So as my first one, I'm going to outwit. And so that's just going to be a +2 to a lot of my checks. And I'm going to go around the back way and try to intercept where Rufa was on the opposite side. So like flank him.
So yeah, you're going to go for that pincer. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So give me an acrobatics check or athletics check to hoof it up to this guy. You've already marked him, right? You've marked him. You're giving yourself a bonus to hit or track him.
Track.
Okay, cool. So yeah, give me that check for speed.
That's a nat 20.
That's what, the third one for the night?
Yes.
Third one.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you may not be, you guys may have the same speed, but you take off with so much force that you basically run like 35, 40 feet, like with your one move action left. You're starting to chase up on him. You can even hear the shrill shriek of fear as he's like seeing this Terminator just come chasing him down.
Okay. Do I have one more action. I have one more action, right?
You marked him. You did the other thing.
I outwit and then I chased.
Okay, you got wait and chase. Cool. Yes, you have one action left. If you want to, you can run again.
Is he? How far away is he now?
Well, because you took off with a lot of speed because you just sprinted off the gun. I'd say he's maybe 10 feet away.
Okay. I am going to get. Are we like in an alleyway?
You're on like an open thoroughfare. It's like, you're walking down one of the streets in Paris.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm going to. That's still too far away. I'm going to get a couple of like, I guess, buildings ahead of him, and then just like hide and wait.
Okay, so you're going to like overtake him, then hide, and then surprise him.
Yeah.
All right. Give me one more acrobatics check or athletics check as you are pushing yourself as hard and as fast as you can.
I'm going to use a hero point for that.
That's what they're there for. You're going to lose them all at the end of this.
So we have our man and the huntress going after this guy, is what I'm getting from all this.
Yes.
You said acrobatics?
Hour of power.
That's
That's
right.
a
Acrobatics.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Nice.
You're able to kind of speed up and skirt around him. You're not able to get enough distance that you can then stop, reposition, and then surprise him. You're basically breaking him and you're in front of him. If that makes any sense. You're almost like turning around and looking at him. You're still kind of running. All right. So that's your turn. Ilona, what's your thought?
Okay, so I rolled so bad earlier. Where am I right now?
You're still at that spot where you surprised him and made him take off running.
Okay. Is it possible to use, even though I'm horrible at it, is it possible to use an athletics check to give me a boost to catch up to him?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that even though my athletics is at 0. I believe in this new die that is not in dice jail and will do me way better than the one that was only giving me 2s.
I hope so.
Ilona would like to use the Divine Nos.
She got 2 again, didn't she?
no.
She got 2 again.
Oh, I think she did.
She got 2 again.
no.
Was it a 2? Was it a 1? Was it a 1?
Please be a 1.
That was a 1.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You technically still have 1. You still have 1 hero point, technically.
You do. Yeah. You had 2. I think you used 1 earlier, so it leaves you with 1.
Okay. I'm going to roll again.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I need Afra's blessing. Can I change this to religion check to like get rid of this bad luck that I have?
You
right.
give him a sermon.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I just call on Afra to just cast a light on this guy wherever he goes so we don't lose him? How about that?
Spotlight.
Dear Afra, please give me a Deus Ex Machina to solve my problems.
Basically.
She got 1 again, isn't she?
What?
It's a 7.
No?
Not a 1. You take off. It's, how sometimes you kind of start off like dead stop and then you have like that kind of hop skip and like you kind of warm up on the run. So you've warmed up on the run. You're now running. It's unfortunately not the best. You still have 2 actions.
She's skipping.
She's skipping.
It's a jaunty little stroll.
She's like,
Having a
stop
good
in the name of Afra. It's a wonderful evening. So yeah,
That's all I can do.
That's
1 action.
You have 2 actions left. You can do 2. You can do a total of 3 actions.
All right.
Cast light on his pants, so he has bright pants.
I have to touch in order to be able to use light because that was my other thought. I was like, I'll just cast light on him and we won't lose him. And I'm like, I've got to touch him.
Shoot him.
What did you say?
Shoot him.
With
You got
dynamite.
some sort of lance, right?
You know what?
Everybody else is trying to catch him up, and he just blast him.
Pacifist like Kamehameha, bitch.
Ilona is going to use her divine lance to cast the purple passion flower of Aphra into the back of this guy's head to push him forward so he trips and falls and we can catch up to him.
All right, roll to hit.
This is going to be the only nat 20, and I'm really afraid that she's going to pink miss this guy.
Hit Shionibus instead.
And oh my god, I would laugh
Covers
my ass off.
Rufa and Chonibus in gore.
Hold on.
Blood, and death.
Oh, that does not look good. Does not look good.
I
Wait, maybe it is.
That's a lot.
Oh,
What's the number?
it's a 10.
On the die face?
No.
It's a total of 10.
Yes. I just realized I forgot how to roll for an attack roll. I just had to literally, in my brain, I was like, it's been forever since we've been in combat. How do we
How do
them
we
again?
fight?
Yeah. It's basically like you were making any other attack. Since you're trained, I believe you're trained in your spells. So it would be a D20
Yeah.
plus
Mhm.
you are your level, which is 1, plus 2
Uh-huh.
for being trained. So and then of course the stats
That's
based off
3.
of wisdom. So that's 3.
Yep, that's
So plus 6.
my 7.
7. Right. Because you have an 18 wisdom.
Yep. So that is that's a 10. That's 10.
Was the die face a 3?
The die face was a freaking 3.
My God, you have not rolled. Unless you've rolled some things over a 5, but not.
I rolled 1 nat 20. 1.
Yes.
When it mattered.
When it mattered.
So you shoot this beam, and it just barely misses him. Shionibus, as you're standing there, you see this big golden purple flower beam just shoot right by this poor guy, and it lights up his face, and he is terrified. And you can see this is a slightly older gentleman, maybe of some distinction from his clothing, and he's like, ah! All of a sudden, Ilona, you hear in a husky voice, on your left. And Morel is just running his sweet ass as hard as he can. And he got a 17 on the die face plus his athletics, which is stupid high. And you start hearing the clang, 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 clang as this guy starts rushing. Shionibus, after the beam passes by this guy's face, you see Morel, like a pissed off like linebacker, just coming out the back end of this guy. He's not going to get there now. But if this guy gets another 6 seconds, he is going to like full on Goldberg spear tackle this guy with about 270 pounds of meat and about 40 to 80 pounds of steel. Not going to end well for the man. That being said, top of the next round, Rufa, are you still following this guy parallel to cut him off the pass?
You know what? Rufa yells out, "Stop before I declare war on you."
Oh my god!
Give me an
Just kidding,
intimidation. Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I was
But
like, intimidation check now.
you look scared. It might work.
You know what? Should I, guys? Should
Do
I?
it! You've 3 actions. Might as well.
Give me.
I was gonna
that
say I was gonna
intimidation
use what I was gonna use is 2 actions. Would 2 actions catch up to him to the point where I can use my scorpion whip to trip him?
You're still pretty far apart. You're basically 2 whole street lane. Like you're an entire block away. So the whip wouldn't get to him. But you can, if you want to keep pace with him, because all of his actions are running, you have to use all of your actions to keep running as well.
Okay, then I will use all my actions for running. I was gonna say, you know what? I might as well use intimidation. It's pretty high, actually.
Philosophical question. It should take more than 1 action to declare war.
But mechanical question, the declaration of war can be verbal component in 6 seconds or less.
Oh,
So it can
that's
only be-
ugly, PJ. That's ugly.
It's only at most
You know
one
what?
action
I'm
to
gonna
declare
use
war.
all 3 of my actions to run after him, and I'm gonna yell out, Stop, or I'm going to declare war on you.
I hate this coupon.
Ian's so upset right now.
Give me an intimidation check.
It's either going to be the best or the worst thing that's ever happened to us, guys.
I think it's the worst.
I tried so hard to avoid.
Is that an
20.
8 on the die face?
No, 20.
Oh.
Oh my god!
That's 4.
Bam! Bam!
All right. 4. So you say, stop, or I will declare war on you. And the man running just kind of like immediately loses a step and stumbles as he's looking in the sky. And he's, even though like he looks kind of well and to do, he's kind of moving like this weird creature. Just, he is demoralized, and I will say it's going to be moving at half speed.
Yes!
So next action, since it was 2 to keep up and 1 to and 1 action to declare war on him. Next up is the person running. He
Oh my god! You're kidding me.
He critically fails an athletics check to kind of get himself back on his feet. He stumbles some more, and then he just biffs it into the floor. Just trips himself up and biffs it. And it's as such that even though he's got 2 more actions, he's just like skidded, like his chin's kind of rough, and he's like got a raspberry patch, and he's just on the floor. Woodward, you're in a river of crap. What do? Mush is following you.
First off, PJ, Kylie made a bad choice of stealing stuff, and then you rewarded her by giving her more gold. You give Michael a coupon for war, and then you reward him for threatening people with it. Okay, moving on. I'm
the best worst. I don't care.
I am going to use my minuscule movement actions to try to get this bag. You wanted athletics checks against the water, correct?
That is correct.
And are they still at a -2, 1 for my strength, 1 for the water, or is the water sped up in any way?
It has not sped up, so your roll would be -2.
Well, let's see how this goes. Oh, I got a 17.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Awesome. You are very able to catch up to this bag with 1 action. You can even get your hands on it if you want to. It's sharing a square with you. Now that you have this bag, you have 2 more actions. What are you going to do?
Okay, this is definitely up to the GM's discretion here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Tanglefoot to catch myself on the bank.
Totally.
Okay, cool.
If you're a willing participant, don't roll a save. Get in that Tanglefoot.
Yeah, great. So I cast Tanglefoot on the side of the bank to catch myself. If I fail, which I willingly do, I lose 10. I have a 10-foot penalty for 1 round. So until I figure out how to get out of this, I only move 15 feet next round instead of 25.
Well, let's see here. What is your fortitude bonus?
My fortitude bonus is a +7.
Okay. What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is a +4. You merely adopted it. I was born in it.
I was born in my wisdom modifier. Okay, so I rolled for your spell again, basically to grapple you against your fortitude DC.
Okay.
As you cast this spell, you start seeing a whole bunch of vines, and it almost looked like a bunch of tree limbs, vines, branches, and bushes, almost forming an arm and an open hand that catch you. And the minute it puts its hands around you, you know that you are secure. My math was a 20. Your DC was about a 17. Thank God I rolled high because you saved yourself big time.
Woo!
So your spell has worked, and you are nice and cradled
Awesome.
with the bag.
That is a yes. Tanglefoot takes 2 actions, so I'm finished for my round.
Excellent. Shionibus, your prey has biffed it into the dirt in front of you. your mighty elusive prey has face planted. What are you gonna do?
Is he like at her feet, basically?
I would
Kick him while he's
imagine.
down.
I'd imagine because your momentum, you're going to be maybe like 5 feet away from him as your body kind of slows down. So approximately your feet.
We are going to intimidate the hell out of this man and just walk. Like, this is not the best time to trifle with her. And she's going to pick him up by the back of his shirt and just pull him up. And they're going to walk towards the bank of the aqueduct.
Okay. Give me, I'll give the grapple. I'm not going to roll for that because it's really dumb if you try to grapple him and then you can't pick him up. Rufa, what's up?
Does she get a bonus because he's already demoralized?
Well, yes, but only to the intimidation check that's about to come. So, yeah. Ian?
Is he considered a prisoner of war now?
Oh my god.
Technically, he hasn't filled out his end of the war, war pact. It's just a declaration he has not accepted. So, Shionimus, as you're about to pull what I can only imagine is the most epic Batman ever done by a shit river, give me an intimidation check with a +2.
Is that charisma? Can I mark that as charisma? Ooh, that's another hero point. That's my last hero point right there. Because I don't have intimidation as a skill.
But you're so scurry.
Right? I don't know why people are scared of me.
Something to
I
get
just
at
don't
level
see
2
it.
then, if you ever get there.
Right? Is that just die face plus the 2?
Plus your charisma modifier. If you're trained in it, then it would be bonuses. You're not trained in intimidation?
No.
So that'd be the die face plus your charisma modifier.
Sweet. That's a 17 then.
So are you just holding him out or are you saying anything in particular?
I'm going to hold him out. You're like, so, how you doing tonight?
So you say that, and he is thrashing and he's like, and as he's looking really angry, you can tell he's about to say something, but it's Alona's turn. Alona, what are you going to do? This man looks terrified. He's about to say something, but he's stuttering to get it out. What's your action?
Are we still in combat?
Technically, if you guys want to end combat, you can, but technically speaking, you're still in combat.
Divine Lance.
Ian's like, I want the blood.
Holds him up. Knocks him down.
Technically, he's flat-footed.
That's true. How close am I?
Did you run it all? I'm trying to remember.
I pranced.
Okay. I'll give you one full stride action. So you're, let's see, that would have been about 30 feet away. So you're about maybe 20 feet away.
Cool.
20, 25 feet.
I'm going to use one of my actions to catch up to the rest of them. And then I'm going to use a diplomacy check to get him in our good graces and calm him down to the best of my ability.
All right, go right ahead.
It's 12.
So you know how sometimes when someone's hysterical or upset and you tell them to calm down, and that's always the worst thing to tell someone to do in these high tense moments, unfortunately has the same result. You keep telling them to calm down before you can start any diplomacy. Doesn't quite work. You have one more action, I believe, if you want to try one more action. You can move closer with another move action.
Divine Lance. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it.
That's a 2 action. You couldn't even do it if you wanted to.
I'm going to cast. Where are we? I'm going to cast Sanctuary. I'm going to ward. I've never used Sanctuary before. It's great. Do you want to know about it? Sanctuary.
Absolutely. Tell me all about it.
Ward creature against enemy. Cannot attack enemy, but enemy roll to save against the ward. If they fail, bad things happen. Those are my notes. So I am going to ward Shionibus, who's holding this man, against him. So Shionibus can't attack the man, but the man can't hurt Shionibus, who's in her hands. And so what I imagine is just, one, I think it's intimidating as hell, is just this glowing ring around Shionibus. And then she just is standing in this purple passion flower. And then just light is like shooting up like she's just stepping through a portal. One, it's underlit, so she does look kind of creepy. Two, he can't hurt her.
Okay. Awesome. This all goes to further intimidate him. About this time, on your left pops up with a critical 20. He spear tackles this man in midair, drives him into the dirt, picks him back up with two hands, and then hands him back to Shionibus.
That was a version.
And then,
that was a version of Divine Lance. A version.
Her Divine Lance is a magic spell. His Divine Lance is a Goldberg spear tackle. And about that time, he gives it back to Shionibus. He stands to the side. He goes, "And don't let me catch you doing that again. I'm so sorry. I could not stop. I had way too much momentum." And now this is where I'm going to call combat over. We've gotten 2 full rounds. Shionibus, you're still very intimidating. Morel hands you this man. You're holding the man back by the water. And the man shouts, finally, now that he's had his air rocked out of him and he's coming back on hand, and he goes, "Unhand me! I am a senator of Adolfon, and I will not be grappled in this manner!"
And I'm the Queen of England.
What's England?
Yeah, what's up? And that is where we're going to end episode 12 of Edge of Legend. We've had some crazy role play. Shionibus got a finger from a person and saw some things, and it ended up with a sprint in the middle of the night with some shady stuff with a senator of Adolfon now in your clutches. So I'm looking forward to episode 13, where we find out more about the senator running away at night, and of course, the Senate meeting in the morning. Before we start doing our exit intros and saying goodbye and saying you how much we love you, because we really, really do, I want to take a split second to tell you all the official voting for the organizations. I'm going to refresh the poll for any last-minute votings, and we have one with 8 votes and one with 6 votes.
Ooh.
So the winner, the organization that will now have to be a part of the world of Edge of Legends forever, with 8 votes, 57% of the voting of the audience, is the Reckoners. Congratulations to everyone. The Reckoners is now going to be a part of the world of Edge of Legends. And we will get to give you all the fun stuff about the Reckoners. They are this really cool, like, Illuminati shadow society that's all about this network of revenge, and joining it is like this price paid in blood of avenging someone else within the organization. There's a lot. Michael, I know you're about to say, we'll get that in just a second. And so there's a lot of really cool things, and maybe one day, somewhere in the world, when they least expect it, some person of power will place a revenge token upon one of these 4 players, and then, coming for them in the night, will be the Reckoners. Now, I know Michael wants to say this. I'll let him say it. Please, Michael, say what I know you're going to say. Go right ahead. You're muted, by the way. You're muted again.
I'm going to say 2 things now then, actually. 2 things. Because you don't know me, PJ. You don't know what I want, what I do.
I don't know, but I think I know what you're going to say.
Well,
but
the
please,
first thing I'm going to say,
please.
the first thing I'm going to say is, if you want, watch our companion show at the table. That's actually where we first designed the Reckoners. Wednesdays at 3:30 p.m. Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. Sorry. And the second thing is, I was hoping for the Cult of the Crystal Stag because that name, I literally pulled it out of my butt 5 minutes before the previous stream. We didn't have anything planned for it.
That's very, very true. And all apologies, Michael. You're right. I don't know your life. I'm sorry. But he's right. We invented the Reckoners with chat in our show at the table. Tuesdays 3:30 to 5:30. We made this whole organization up with them to be voted on with a handful of others. And before we went live, I was like, just for giggles, let's make up one more. And Michael's like, Cult of the Crystal Stag, and I'm like, sure. And I put it in
certain movie nearby.
Yep. And then it started winning, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to rob the audience. I am why did I suggest this? I'm an a-hole. I should not have done this. But the funny thing is we were talking, him and I, about Tim Drake's murder in the Batman comic books being this absolute troll that went out of control in DC. He's like, well, we have to. They voted for it. So I was like, Michael, we could have a Jason Todd here.
Yeah.
And
I was crossing my fingers.
Now, but you guys got together. The Reckoners are going to be a real thing, and who knows, somewhere down the road, when you least expect it, in the middle of the night, a powerful, powerful person will claim retribution for, I don't know, declaring war on them in the streets. Who knows? So without further ado, the Reckoners are the official organization to join the world of Edge of Legend. All the fluff and lore that we built for this from the show will exist in this show. And please join us Wednesdays. We are now building a buttload of NPCs from the awesome companion material on Tuesdays. And eventually, when we have about 5 or 6 NPCs, we're going to vote to see which one becomes canon. So join us. And without further shameless plugging, let's end it there and let's do our exit intros. Please tell us who you are, where we can find you online, and anything else you wish to say, starting with my man, Michael Powell.
Hello. I am, Michael Powell, and my social media is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. That's Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, or my Facebook page, which is my hub. That's facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff. Also, on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., I co-host a toy and nostalgia show called Toys Alive. And then also, one more thing, in about 2-3 weeks, I'm going to be launching a really cool project. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. Ian, tell us who you are, where I can find you online, and anything else.
My name's Ian. You can find me online at Scoutmaster of the Troop on Instagram. I think I'm on Twitch by the same thing. And if you ever want to check out any of my thoughts and musings, I'm going to be getting back to writing for my blog, blackcoffeephilosophy.com.
It's a good read.
Absolutely. Oh, and also their amazing candle shop. Was it Wiccan and Heathen?
Witch and Heathen.
Oh, Witch and Heathen.
Close. But yeah, you can check us out on Etsy, and we also have our own web shop on Shopify, witchandheathen.com.
Nice. All right, Kylie, tell us where we can find you online and any cool things.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I played Sheotabus tonight, and until PJ tries to kill me again, you can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life on Instagram, TikTok, maybe Twitter eventually. I have some great new stuff coming out in the next couple of days, and stay tuned for that.
And Sidney, last but not least.
Hello, I am Sidney. I played Ilona, the Cloister Cleric tonight. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Sidney Rubino. And every Tuesday, I read a fairy tale for kids, dogs, mothers, brothers, anyone who wants to listen to a fairy tale. I post one every Tuesday on my YouTube. So be sure to find that at Sidney Rubino at youtube.com.
All right. And for everyone else, my name is PJ Megaw. I'm the GM of the show, and you can find me everywhere at pj.megaw. I have a show here with my man Michael Powell on Tuesdays called At the Table. I'm sure you've heard the shameless plug many times by now. 3:30 to 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Come check us out. We talk about nerdy things. We invite you to join us and discuss with us. We crunch some character builds, and every episode we try to make something cool together, and maybe it shows up in this world. It's a great companion show if you like this show. That being said, also, I believe, not right now, I think it's like in about 2 or 3, maybe 4 weeks, there's going to be a really awesome continuation for the show Arcana High. If you remember that, we're going to be bringing that back, but this time your favorite silver hair, silver tongued half elf bard is going to college. And we'll see what kind of crazy shenanigans happen in college. Check us out Friday nights, give you more details when we can. And for all of you that have been asking about a podcast, we're working on it. Steps are being taken. We're going to get that podcast out soon so you can listen to me never shut up while you drive home from work. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 12. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week when things get really weird with the senator that they've accosted. Have a great night, everyone in the chat. And everyone, I see you out there. All your ideas about the finger was brilliant and everything else about, God, there was so many awesome things happening in the chat. Love
so
you.
many ideas through and through.
So many.
Reapseki, as always. Keyword Calamity, throwing these all out there. Lost Thought and Trigger
Lord
Chan.
of War.
Yes.
They're all
also,
here behind us. Thank you.
Malkavian Madness, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you again, Malkavian. Awesome to have new people in the chat. Thank you so much. Without further ado, have a good night. We love you.
Bye, friends.
Bye.